Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. I am here with CB, the Grenade Gold. How are you, man?
I'm good, man.
As well as Joe, the Kid Perez.
What's up? How are you guys?
And we have Renato coming in pretty soon. We have a great show. We have Renato. We have Bubba Jenkins coming in. We have Jouban. We have Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger. It's going to be a great show. I'm very excited about this. So
all-star cast.
Oh yes, absolutely.
No, I'm here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, we love you, CB.
So listen, I want everyone to give a big shout out to our sponsor, American Icon Autographs. They have the best signed collectibles, the best posters, the best signings. I mean, these guys have signings with Fedor, Sakuraba, Rampage, Big Nog, Nogueira. Well, it's the same person. Hoist Gracie, Marlies Conan, Paige Van Zant, and more. They sponsor fighters. Very good people. Sean's a really good guy. So shout out to Sean. American Icon Autographs. If you want a really cool autograph or poster or signed collectible, this is the place to go to. I also want to thank Tip a Fighter. Listen, fighters are underpaid. It's nonsense. We want to get people to have more money, and now the power is in your hands. You could actually tip the fighters who entertain us on a weekly basis. Go to tipafighter.com, tipafighter.com, and we're on Tip a Fighter. So if you like our podcast and you want to show us love, we will gladly accept your tips. So, let's talk about me because everyone else is late right now.
You booked like 4 people on the podcast, and they're all late.
Yeah, they're all late, actually.
And I've always been here early.
You actually sleep here. CB sleeps outside. Bubba's going to show up tomorrow. He's actually going to show up tomorrow for the last podcast he was booked for. So and then
what
Alan.
if he's actually early for the podcast next week? Like, if he comes tomorrow and then till next week.
I got the comedy. Absolutely. That's true. That's true, though. So Bubba should be here. Alan's coming, and of course we love Renato. I've had a crazy week. I know last week I was upset because of a TV show thing. I thought, and things are looking up with that. That's all I could say. Things are looking better and up. So you can't count me out, man. I'm one of those guys. If my comedy career was a fighter, I would win the fight because my opponent would break his hand punching me in the face. Because I just keep getting punched in the face by the comedy gods and the showbiz gods. But I'm still here. And that's really, for anybody listening, if anything I could say is just you got to stick with it. You can't give up because most people will give up. I started comedy 18 years ago. And I would say 99% of my comedy class, if there was a comedy class, has given up. And most of them, or some of them were better than me. But they just couldn't take it. Couldn't take the pain. And that's fighting, and that's art, and that's whatever you want to do. You have to just keep sticking with it. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was pretty cool. So we had a match last Friday, and there was this kid on my team who he was crying every practice. I mean, just like it was like as if CB was there.
Why was he crying?
Wait. I'm crying?
Yes.
At wrestling practice?
Yes. No, I'm kidding. But why was he crying? I wasn't sure. I think he was like never done it before. He's a 6th grader. It's 6th, 7th, and 8th grader. He had never done anything really tough before like this. Scared, I mean, it's a painful sport. Mm-hmm. It's not like painful as in it's a rugged sport. Wrestling is a rugged, brutal sport, and the kid was always crying. But the problem was he wasn't really crying because he was hurt. It was more of a fear, yeah. So it's hard as a coach because I can't just ignore him because in case he really is hurt. At the same time, if I baby him, it's going to just reinforce his crying because that's what has happened to this kid his whole life. Probably is that people, oh, you okay? You okay? It's like when a baby falls down. If the parent like flips out, the baby's gonna cry. But if the parent sort of just plays it cool, the baby will go. That's just kind of what I'm dealing with. In fact, his first match, I told the ref, which I never do. I'm like, hey, listen, this kid might start crying during the match. I'm kind of just warning you. And then we look over, and he's already crying. The match hasn't even started yet. So I never had a kid cry before the match, you know? So I have to go over to him, and I'm like, listen, man, just try your hardest. Just have fun. What's the point of crying now? Let's just go out there. And I'm looking at his parents. His parents are thanking me for doing this. I'm like, I'm sorry that your kid, like, the father's like, listen, he needs to toughen the fuck up. You know, I wrestled as a kid, and like, you know, and then the mom is like, don't worry about it. Just push this kid as hard as you can, which is better than a lot of times I get parents that are blaming me for their kids, you know, being a baby. But this wasn't the case. So anyway, a month later, cut to Friday, kid goes out there, hits a blast double, puts the other kid on his back, a beautiful double leg. I mean, carries him around the mat, and the ref looked at me. He's like, man, that's the same kid that was crying a month ago. Like, it was like me and the ref had a moment, you know. So that was awesome.
If you ever make that pinned movie or TV show, you got to put a kid like that in the movie because that's hilarious.
I know. I absolutely. I'm so.
I nominate Joe.
You nominate Joe as the kid.
He is Joe the Kid Perez.
He's Joe the Kid. But then there's another kid that asked me 5,000 questions to practice. So like everything, like I'll show a move and he'll give me 50 variations of the move. He won't listen. He won't know the move after it's done. He just wants to ask questions. I told his parents, I'm like, your son asked a lot of questions. His dad's like, I know, he's going to be an interrogation officer. but like, so I limit him to 3 questions of practice. So like, and of course they're used up in the first minute. You know, like, hey, are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? Are we going to do pull-ups today? I'm like, all right, no more questions. It's like, so, and then yesterday he asked so many questions. I'm like, all right, you've just used up Wednesday's questions too. Like, you've actually used up next. And I told him in his match, I go, listen, if you're losing your match, ask your opponent questions because he will probably pin himself. This kid just constantly asks me questions. And you know, I don't want to curb his enthusiasm because like, I'm not going to be one of the. But the problem is he's not listening. Even the other coach, Junior, was like, listen, you ask all these questions, but you don't listen, and nothing's being retained because you don't know any of the moves. But this kid's super cute. Like, he actually, he's like a chubby, short, like, kind of has like mullet, but like cool mullet. Yeah. And he's just like, he's a good kid. Mm-hmm. And like, he has a lot of friends because we had a home match and 50 kids came to just support him and with posters of him. Which never happens in middle school.
Hilarious.
And they started chanting his name, and he lost 3 times.
Like, he had his own posters?
He had his own posters.
I could have graphed him.
You could have graphed him, and he lost 3 times. By the 3rd time, his crowd had given up. They were chanting his name, and then by the 2nd time and 3rd time, they were like, all right, fuck this. But he's a good kid.
I will say I liked your quick Periscope as you walked into practice, and the one kid's like freaking out.
That
like,
was him.
We're on Periscope!
Yeah.
And then there was another kid that was like hiding, and then, why are you late for practice? Well, I forgot we had practice.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst excuse.
You know what? It's like, I want a Periscope or Facebook Live the practices, because they're hilarious. I just don't know if like that's legal.
I don't think you're allowed to as a teacher.
Are you
like a certified teacher?
It's an after school program, but I know the fans that MMA Roasted would just die laughing, and I think it'll be good for the sport. It might be. I mean, it's hilarious what goes on in this practice, but I just worry that like it's kids, they don't have their. Meanwhile, I'm on Periscope and some kids like, dude, it's all about Instagram Live. I'm like, listen, thanks.
Oh, the kid went on. He's like, are you doing Instagram Live?
Yeah, he was making fun of me for using Periscope.
I think actually. You know what you could do, which I don't know if you could get away with, though? If you Periscoped or Instagram Live, whatever you want to use, their actual matches, maybe they would try harder if they knew they were on film.
But you know what? I think they're in those little singlets that I worry about, like perverts watching it or something, or pedophiles. It's like,
I didn't think about that part. I just thought about try harder because you're on video.
I have to think this way, but I have to think this way. You know what I'm saying? If it was just like my friends watching it or something, I would like if I could somehow make a closed group of just people I let watch it, because it's hilarious. I mean, the stuff that goes on is like, I mean, I just make them do 100 sprawls. I go, you got to make them do 100 sprawls one time. Because then they'll never fuck around. But you can't threaten them with it if you don't do it.
Sprawling sucks.
And 100 of them in a row.
It sucks.
Oh yeah, the kids are gonna like. But you know, yeah. One time I did it with them. I did 100 with them, and then I was like, at 30, I'm like, why did I agree to this? Like, but
I really want to come to a practice.
You want to come today?
I can't today.
Why? What do you got to do?
I'm going to
not
get
work.
Tattooed.
You're getting tattooed?
Yeah.
Of what?
I'm just redoing my whole right arm.
Really?
Whoa. Yeah.
What's wrong with your right arm?
We're going to reline and reshade everything, add color into the whole thing.
Are you paying for these tattoos?
No.
Oh. They give you free tattoos?
Yeah.
All right, shady guy. Okay, so
What do you mean shady guy?
maybe well, and then last week we take a team picture, right? So I'm like, oh guys, come in, let's take a picture. I look over, there's 2 kids mooning the fucking camera.
Are you
Like,
serious?
Yeah, but I mean not like with their pants down, but their hands, faces between their legs. They're showing their asses. I mean not the asses, but their butts.
Yeah.
Like and I didn't notice this till I'm in my car. On the way home, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put what the hell? And then and then like my friend's laughing. My girl's like, well, you know what? You didn't ask them for permission to take the picture. You're exploiting them. I'm like, shut up. I don't even need this.
Get a permission slip at a parent's to take a
Really?
picture.
I'm like-
Exploitation
I'm
by
like,
trying to take a team photo?
I'm like, you're taking this kid's side. His ass is out. She's like, well, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm like, she's all like total like liberal. I'm like, what? So then I go up to him on the next day. I'm like, listen, man, see this picture, and I have to show them their ass,
And they think it's fucking
They're
hilarious.
laughing. I'm like, look, would you do this in English class? Would you do this in math class? They're like, no. I'm like, well, let's. And of course, those 2 kids, go 0-2 each. Like every other kid won a match that day, but the 2 kids mooning the camera, and that's not just coincidental.
Go back to 5th grade and punch you in the face on picture day.
Yeah, seriously.
But as a comedian, do you like deep down inside go, that's pretty funny, ain't gonna lie.
Well.
Not if you're trying to build credibility as a coach and you got 2 kids ass out and they're twerking.
Of course, I definitely felt disrespected because I'm like, come on, man, like, and if these kids, they kind of try and practice, they've gotten better, but they're not even close. One kid's brand new, like the one kid has been wrestling for a week, and he thinks this is a big joke. So no, I can't have that. Like if the other kid works hard.
Has any kid in your practice ever tried like pro wrestling moves? Like they think, okay, I'm going to get a choke slam, or they come in
I
thinking.
did that. My first day of wrestling ever, I put a kid in a Boston Crab, and I really thought that you were allowed to do that. And my coach was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, he's like, you can't put a kid in a Boston Crab. So
no kids ever come in and was like, I'm going to be the next John Cena, and you're like, yeah, wrong sport.
No, but I did have a. You know what? I did have one time, my first year of practice, I just started the program. I came there. Literally, the kids had never wrestled before, not one of them. And I was going to Africa for like a military tour. Mm-hmm. So I asked this comic, Dixon. I'm like, hey, Dixon, you've wrestled before, right? And he's like, yeah. Can you help me coach this team? Sure. I didn't realize he did ECW wrestling. Like, he was in the ECW as
What's
like...
that?
It's like extreme championship
like the
wrestling.
real
Yeah,
ECW?
He was in ECW.
What was his name?
I don't know. He wasn't one of the big guys, but his name was Dixon Matthews. That's his comedy name.
Is that his real name?
His real name is Dixon Matthews. I don't know
I'm
what he
gonna
went.
have to look him up now.
So I come back and the kids are all doing illegal moves. Like one kid was in a single leg, right? And rather than just like kind of wizard down and push out, he did a front somersault to get out of the single leg, which looked really cool, completely unnecessary, and not like what you want to do. And the kids were doing like figure fours and stuff like that. So I was like, Dixon, you told me you wrestled before. I had Connor Hune. Connor was like my friend, help coach, and he was like, this guy's never wrestled one day in his life. Like so that was what I had. Anyway,
is that him?
Yep, that's no, that's not him. Let me see.
I just put in Dixon Matthews. I want to know who he was in ECW because that's like a big deal.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll text him and ask him what his name was. So anyway, yesterday I had a show at the Dime Bar, and there are these 2 strippers in the front, like these black strippers, and a guy who looks like Coolio. I took a picture with him. I mean,
Is that the dude you picked a picture with?
Yeah.
Bugs B or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell that is.
So I was like, I loved you in Fantastic Voyage, and I was calling him Flavor Flav. So, and I'm asking the girls, what do you girls do? Because these 2 like hot black girls, but they're stoned as hell.
Are they with him?
Yeah, they're with him, and they're like, oh, we're dancers. One of them had braces.
Great.
She was 20 years old. So anyway, I'm trying to. It's a packed crowd, but like, it's like the comics were kind of having a rough time before me. I kind of broke them. You know, as a comic, you break through to the audience, and me being it like I'm there every week and I'm comfortable and I don't have a time limit. I can just do whatever the fuck I want. Maybe I have an advantage when it comes to that room in particular.
Yeah, and it's a tough room.
So it was a tough room last night. So I finally got him, and this girl is holding up her phone, and or actually she's put her menu up, and then was FaceTiming with a guy while I'm on stage, right? So she's looking at this menu. I'm like, what the fuck are these two girls looking at a menu in front of me? I removed the menu and I see it on her phone. So I took the phone and now I'm FaceTiming with this black dude while I'm on stage.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, "What's up, dog?" I'm like, "Hey, man, your girl's blowing me right now." I'm like, "Yeah, man, it'll be better tomorrow night when she gets her braces off." And like, I was acting. I was like fake orgasming and stuff. Crowd went ballistic. It was fun. I mean,
that's hilarious.
A lot of times the phone rings and you could take the call as a comic, sort of an old comic trick. Take the phone and talk to the person. Like Sam Kinison did it, one of his specials. It was brilliant. But
or
now
called the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, he called the ex-girlfriend. Yeah. But now, like, he's even better now that you could FaceTime with someone in the audience. If I mean, it was right in front of me. Mm-hmm. But so that was yesterday. So let's talk about. So you told me a funny story, CB, about Sakuraba with signing.
Oh yeah, for the Fan Fest.
Yeah. So what happened?
So Bellator had their event last week, and they did a Fan Fest, and they had Sakuraba, Vanderlei, Royce Gracie, Matt Mitrione, Big John McCarthy, and King Mo all signing autographs at Dave & Buster's. And Sakuraba, I guess, had a little bit to drink that night, and he started signing, and because he's not going to think anybody...
Was he drinking Sakiraba? No, I'm kidding.
I don't know.
All right, go on.
But yeah, clever.
Go on.
So he was signing stuff, and because nobody really reads Japanese, people were going home, and they're like, cool, I got Sakuraba's autograph. And it wasn't just like the free giveaway promos. It was like people's like printed out huge, like elaborate pictures. So I'm on a Facebook group where everybody posts their stuff, and nobody knew, like, they were looking at different signatures, and they're like, these don't even look the same.
Yeah.
So we come to find out a friend of ours on the group speaks fluent Japanese, and he starts reading stuff, and Sakuraba was writing like ridiculous shit in Japanese, sometimes not even signing his name.
What was he writing?
On one person's, I didn't see the pictures themselves, like I don't remember which ones was which, except for a couple, but one of them he wrote Matsuzaka beef in Japanese, but didn't even sign his name. And then on another one where it was him and Royce, he just wrote Royce Gracie in Japanese instead of even like signing his name.
Yeah. Did he write some poop or something?
Yeah. Well, the one with Henzo where he broke his arm, he goes, "Whoops, we go to hospital now." In Japanese. And there was another one where he was like facing the cage during his walkout, and the camera was behind him. So he made like a gas. Like a drawing of gas, and he wrote in Japanese, "I pooped."
Oh, Jesus.
So, like, people had no idea, and you don't really have the opportunity to meet Sakuraba.
People have, like, their whole life to meet this guy.
Yeah,
and
they might have a good picture or whatever, but, like, with him, but on their page, sometimes he didn't even sign his name, he just wrote random other shit.
You know what? I honestly, that's awesome.
I would do that too, right?
Wouldn't you do hilarious.
That too? Yeah, hold on. Let's see where Alan is. Alan Jouban, where are you, buddy? All right. So Alan Jouban is here, coming soon. That's really funny that Sakuraba did that.
Yeah, and he was messing with a lot of people too. Like, I asked him for a stare down picture at the Fan Fest, and he ended up just kind of like not sure what was going on, and then we ended up in a collar and elbow tie up. He just like grabbed me, so I said, "Fuck it, I know the collar and elbow, I'll do it back," and then I went for a single leg, and he thought it was hilarious.
You went for a single leg on Sakuraba?
Yeah.
No way.
Out of the collar and elbow, I ducked under, grabbed his leg, and went around back. That? I don't know.
You're out of your mind.
Around.
What if he would have like punched you in the face?
He wasn't going to punch me, but Vanderlei was behind me. That scared me more.
Right. So I got to work the event. I was working at Bellator because I wrote a sketch. I can't tell you what the sketch is about, but that was awesome.
Oh, it's not a skit?
But I wrote a skit or a sketch, however you want to call it. But it was cool because I got like the best seats in the house. I missed a lot of the event though because I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I got to see the last fight, and I saw the Bradley fight, the Paul Bradley, which. Man, you know...
Wait, Paul Daly?
Paul Daly.
I was like...
Yeah, the Paul Daly fight when he knocked out Brennan Ward. Brennan Ward, man, you know, I love that dude, and you love watching him fight, but Jesus, like, game planning is just not his forte. I mean, anybody who fights Paul Daly should not engage in a stand-up war. Unless you're Joe Schilling or even then, I mean, I just would not do that.
Nick Diaz did that, and you're like...
Nick Diaz did that, but that was years ago.
But still not a good decision. Like,
it seems like Bradley's getting better though.
Daly.
But Daly, it seems like Daly's getting better. Like
he is getting better.
It's weird. It's weird how certain fighters do that. Like, certain fighters, they peak out at 21, 22, 24, and then some guys, like, they're 30. And, yo, I'm going to send somebody to get you. No worries. No worries. We got you. And then some guys, you know, it's weird how that works. Like, I was thinking about, like, the Luke Rockhold Jacare fight. And both of those guys have gotten so much better since Strikeforce. And then there are guys that, you know, age is just the worst thing to happen to them. Like Chael, you know, or Tito. I mean, you know, if that Chael-Tito fight would have happened 8 years ago, I think it might have been a different fight. I think you could, you know, the Chael Sonnen that fought Brian Stann, the Chael Sonnen that even fought Anderson Silva, the Chael Sonnen that, who did he beat? Marquardt, right? He beat... Did he beat Marquardt?
Yeah, I think at UFC 109.
He beat Marquardt. That was a different Chael than the guy that we saw tap out to a jaw crank or whatever that move was. It was kind of like people call it a neck crank. It was
tapped out Shogun in the first round.
The guy who tapped out Shogun in the first round. It just wasn't the same Chael. And it's sad because I was bummed out. I wanted Chael to win.
So did I.
Chael's a friend of mine.
That arena did not agree with us at all.
What do you mean?
That it was like a Tito fucking... It was all pro Tito.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That whole crowd, it was nuts.
Yeah, it was definitely a pro Tito crowd. And what's up, brother? Alan Jouban just walked in. Alan was at the fight. Give us your assessment of Chael versus Tito.
Man.
Do you think it was a fix?
I don't know, man. I'm not really one of those guys that goes conspiracy theory, that shit was fixed. I have never really been around people in my career that, like, tell me this fight was definitely fixed. So, you know, I haven't really been exposed to that, so I try to just watch it as a pure fan. But with that said, man, I was sitting right there cage side. I did see him kind of tap his head, you know, that little tap that he did. And I remember saying something about it, and then the fight kept going on.
You mean Tito tapped?
When Tito kind of tapped, he was on like the all fours.
Yeah.
And he kind of like tapped for some reason, and I remember noticing it, and then nobody said anything. And then there were 3 instances. There was that one, and then when Chael was on a dominant position, and then he like went and he shot the guillotine, and he kind of pulled guard. Which, okay, yes, he's hit it before in Shogun, so he does have a decent guillotine. But just being like he's going against Tito, a bigger, heavier, ground and pound wrestler, like why would he go to his back? I kind of thought that was a bad positional change there to go to your back and risk something like that. He didn't even have it that tight. He kind of just shot it. It was sloppy. He let go of the guillotine right away. Now he's in a bad position.
It was like an arm in, and he only had barely had half guard. But it was the wrong side.
Exactly. He didn't have the full guard like as I remember that he had on Shogun. He had like a butterfly and then a half guard kind of thing, and so it wasn't a full guillotine. It was kind of a risky. I wouldn't have gone for a guillotine from that position unless I had it locked under the chin. And then finally, man, that crank at the end. In my mind, the guy. Okay, so I'm sitting front row. The guy on the side of me is not as familiar with MMA, so he's asking me what's going on. He goes, "Is it over? Is it?" I was like, "No. He's good. And then as soon as he said he's good, he taps. And in my mind, I'm looking at it like, man, it's not under the chin. Maybe it's a crank, but if you look at the picture, even when Chael's tapping, it's not like Tito's beasting on him. It's not like he's in full squeeze. You know, he's not even squeezing 100% at the moment that he taps. So like, I don't feel like it was cranking the shit out of him. I feel like it was tight, but. I don't know, man. There's a lot of ifs in it, but with that said, I'm not really a guy that says that.
I mean, it's a lot of factors. I mean, first of all, Chael just did a grappling match against Bisping, and it was a draw. You know,
Chael and Bisping did a grappling match? I didn't even know about that.
It was mid last year at the UR fight.
Oh, okay.
The same night.
It was a draw?
It went, 15-minute draw?
Yeah, it went 15 or 20.
Chael and Metamoris went up against...
Galval tapped him.
Tapped him for like 10 minutes.
Was a draw.
Babalu was a draw against Babalu.
And supposedly now he's fighting...
He's very good on the
Gary
ground.
Tonin.
He's very good. Well, that's off. The Tonin's off.
This is interesting. These are much more polished submission experts than Tito, even though Tito's a bigger, stronger wrestler. To be caught in somebody's 50% submission, meaning it wasn't locked in, and the tap when he made it much longer against these harder submission fighters, that makes it very interesting. But then again, it's like, why would you want I don't know. Figure it out. Help me figure this out. Why would you want, if it's a fixed fight, why would Tito get the win if he's retiring? To give him the right off into the sunset victory, but you're going to be promoting Chael from now on.
It makes, I mean, there's all kinds of questions. I heard he signed a 6-fight contract with Bellator for $500,000 for this fight. He got $500,000.
Right.
But we are talking about
the disclosed payout is not anywhere close to that, though.
What's the
That
disclosed
surprised
payout?
me.
Oh, what is it?
The disclosed payout I thought I saw the other day was only like $50,000 or
50
something.
grand?
It was,
50 disclosed. And
I thought he was.
$500.
just somebody.
It's probably Beck and
on.
let me
It did 1.9 million.
Tito made like 400,000, 500,000, something like that.
Because I've always
it did 1.85 million.
And I know Bellator does some kind of scale where if it's over $1 million, you get a percentage. It goes by the millions.
Chael made 50,000 disclosed. Tito was 300,000, no bonus.
Right. I mean, so yeah, why would he? But then we're also talking about a Chael Sonnen who got caught with steroids, who got kicked off Celebrity Apprentice yesterday for cheating.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't watch that episode yet. I'm watching this season because of Chael.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good because they kept showing in the trailer. They kept showing Chael over and over. I'm like, something bad happened.
So I mean, we're not talking. And then he also he got disbarred from real estate or something, right? And
I don't think he was allowed to run for office.
In office,
yeah.
He got fired from Fox Sports 1. He's had his ups and downs. Let's say that.
So so I don't know. I would like to assume, but also Chael has been in situations when he lost to Jeremy Horn 3 times or something, where I remember guys would tell me that like he would lose in fights to moves that no one would ever catch him in practice with.
Yeah.
And they would be like, "Why did you tap?" He's like, "I just wanted to get the fuck out of there."
Yeah.
So he doesn't like being in tight situations.
He's a guy that you kind of can't believe if he's telling the truth at any time, or if he's actually, he's made it. I will say this. I was thinking, okay, well, if the fight was fixed, why would they give Tito the win if Tito's retiring and they're going to be promoting Chael? But with that said, it's like, if they're going to be promoting Chael. With that said, Chael's entire career has been losses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he still sells the fight. So it's not like he's a guy that like, oh shit, he broke it, he lost his momentum.
But maybe Bellator's not another fix. Maybe it's just Chael and Tito had a.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
I think with Tito, like you said, riding into the sunset on a victory, and maybe it doesn't help Chael. His next fight sells itself, whether he won or lost on Saturday night.
Chael.
Yeah, Chael's next fight sells
that's exactly
itself.
what I'm saying.
He's fighting Vanderlei.
Fighting Vanderlei.
Yeah, Vanderlei in the summertime, and that's a sell going back to tough Brazil.
Chael is a guy that's not like, we know he's not the best in the world, but he's the guy that we always want to watch because he promotes himself as the bad boy and he talks so much trash and it's always exciting. He's always like, I don't care if this guy's the best in the world or not. He's the guy that's going to bring it to the table and we're going to watch it. But now we're like, okay, he brings it every time, but is he really bringing it? But you're still going to watch his fights. But yeah, he doesn't have to win to for his stock to go up. In other words,
right. Now let's talk about you and your fight.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you, Alan.
That was awesome.
My pleasure, brother.
That was amazing. That was. You think that was one of your best fights?
It's weird to say because like that was such a different me, but I'm guessing it's like it's kind of the evolved me. It's who I am now. Normally, if you would say one of my best fights, I would say like I got dropped, I got back up, I knocked the guy out, I fucking like went into just caveman crazy gladiator mode. That's what I kind of like feed off of. So to go into a fight where I was like trying to be so precise and I was playing the numbers game, get hit less, hit him more, and it go to a decision. At first, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, "Fuck!" I wanted to finish this guy. I didn't finish him. I wanted to knock him out. I didn't knock him out. But then when I look back at it, it was actually, to agree with you, it probably was one of my best performances because I'm going against a guy who's undefeated, 9 wins, 9 knockouts, and for 8 weeks he was telling me he was going to rearrange my face, which is whatever. He's talking shit, but I'm just saying, for a guy that was promising everyone he was going to rearrange my face and knocked everybody else out along this journey, for me to be hit less than I've ever been hit in my career against that same guy, it was improving on my part. So it was something I had to kind of get used to, not having to climb the cage and get to roar because I knocked the guy out, but playing the numbers game kind of victory. But I was happy with the results at the end of the day.
Now the weigh-ins, right? How much shit was he talking to you?
Man, it was just like, I don't know, man. It's like, have you seen that video that's going around the internet with that chick and she's like, catch me outside.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? They made it into a song. She's that chick on like Maury Povich.
She was on Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, and she's talking about Catch Me Outside. And she's just like pretty trailer park trashy and you're not used to seeing like I guess a white person talking.
Yeah.
That's kind of like this guy. That's what he reminds me of. He just he's kind of lost, man, or maybe he's not lost. Maybe that's just who he genuinely is. But he's a catch me outside guy. He just talks a lot of trash. He thinks he's kind of gangster. He's not very witty, not very funny. And like I said, I hate to keep repeating myself, but like it's just, if you're gonna be Chael Sonnen and talk trash when the camera's on and say some things, I know you're just selling the fucking fight.
Right.
And then afterward, you don't even care. This guy, like, I'm in the Holiday Inn in Old Town Sacramento, and he keeps like talking and every time we have a fighter meeting or a group, he's like saying shit or giving me looks. And
What was he saying to you?
Just like stupid shit. He'd be like walking by and like, I don't even care. We're just like, I'm not even looking at him. I'm on the phone. And he's like, Joe Blow, hey, Joe Blow, just stupid shit. And then there's his girlfriend, is like this ditzy little cheerleader girl.
She's kind of hot, though.
And she's kind of hot. She's kind of hot.
Yeah.
But she's no smarter than him. And she just like laughs at all of his jokes. She's kind of, his biggest fan.
Right.
And so together, the both of them, it just made me like, God, I cannot lose to this guy.
So he's saying Joe Blow?
I don't know. Just the wittiest thing you can come up with at the moment. I'm just giving you an idea.
The tweets weren't that good, so the on the fly was probably worse.
Trash talk is very, very elementary, but I'm saying like when there's no cameras around, or like, dude, it's 8 a.m. We're having breakfast in the hotel. All the fighters, everybody's the UFC team, and he's sitting across the breakfast at the Holiday Inn, and he's flicking me off like talking shit to me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? It's 8 a.m. Like, let's have some breakfast. Like, if the cameras come on, then say you're gonna knock me out. But like, to be talking trash at 8 a.m, like, you don't even know me. I don't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
he's
like
banging on bacon, bro.
Yeah, he's trying to be something that I don't know how long this is gonna last. I get it. You're new. You're in the UFC. You want people to know you. You want to do viral videos and be the guy that's outspoken. But man, if you after a couple years, is this bad boy tough guy? I hate everyone. Don't fuck with me. I hate everybody. Is this gonna last very long? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. After the fight, we go to the green room. We're backstage after the fight. We have like a green room. We go and eat food. And look, every time I've ever lost or won, I go and I shake my opponent's hand. That's the point. It's over. It's over. We don't have to have a beer with each other. But I'm gonna shake your hand, or I'm gonna give you a eye contact. Respect. The guy didn't look at me. Didn't give me anything. Didn't give me any respect. I saw in the cage he kind of like did like a halfway bow, and I took that for what it was. That was a lot. But I thought he would at least come up to me and maybe be like whatever, man, like, good stuff. You were the better man that night. You don't have to say that I'm better than you, but just say, maybe, you won that night. Good fight, something. Nothing, bro. He couldn't even look at me, like. But so I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at. But
he tweeted at you afterwards the fight.
He wanted to run it back.
He wanted to have another fight with you.
I mean, to me, it's just like, bro, come on. Not only did I just like completely outclass you, but even aside from that, man, it's like he did nothing for me, bro. Like I'm 9 fights in my UFC career trying to knock on the door at getting in the rankings so I could start my title run. And I go and I take a fight against this guy. 2 fights in his career, but the only reason I took it is because he's got that mystique around him, because he's undefeated knockout artist. I beat him. I move up nothing. I don't move up any spots, whatever. He's ranked 2 spots behind me. I think he's ranked 31, and I'm ranked 29. I'm like, yeah, dude, run it back. I'm going to fight you again where there's no profit. There's no gain from it. No, I'm tired of fighting guys that don't move the dial for me. I want to fight only ranked fighters now. I want to fight upward.
Now, did he hurt you at all?
Now, there was one time he kind of hit me, and it knocked me off balance. And I kind of remember, feeling it, and then recover like a second later.
Because it looked like you were tired, but you weren't acting like you were tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think even the commentator was like, I don't know, Alan looks a little tired, or he's a little dazed. Were you dazed or tired at all?
No, I mean, I can't say I wasn't tired. I would know I was in the best shape of my life for that fight. And this is the thing. To fight him, I feel like I felt it in the cage. I was much better than this guy. But when you're fighting a dangerous guy who just kind of has nothing to lose, he just swings wildly. And he's got a good chin on him. I mean, I dropped him 3 times. He kept coming. It's like you have to stay on your toes, on your A game.
The whole time.
Staying on my A game, my hands up, staying sharp, always moving, circling, doing everything kind of like, not saying I did it perfect, but trying to do everything as perfect as possible tires you. It's taxing. So it's like, doing everything 110% for 15 minutes had me tired. It had me very tired. But it wasn't awesome. Like I was out of shape.
I was so proud of you, man. I was so happy for you. I mean, you beat this guy that was a bully, that was not good for the sport, I don't think. I mean, he's good for the sport in the sense that you need bad guys, I guess.
Right.
But not even like,
there's a line,
it wasn't an act. It was just like, I'm going to murder you. It was so stupid.
Did you see this guy who he's calling out now?
Who?
He's coming off the loss to Allen, and he wants Matt Brown.
He wants Matt Brown, and he also called Wilder. Man, this is the fight that I'd like to see. The guy that I lost to, Albert
Tumenov.
Who I think Albert would murder him.
I think Tumenov would light him up.
Albert's got like 50, 60 professional or amateur boxing matches before he even went professional MMA. And Mike Perry had like 3 or 4. And he thinks if he's going to throw hands for hands, power for power against Tumenov, I think Tumenov is the sharper fighter, but they both have knockout power, so anything can happen. But
I think Matt Brown fucks him up.
Yeah,
I don't
want him to get that fight because that's the fight I want.
How does he even get that fight?
Yeah, how can he jump from 31 to 15 when I'm trying to get to 15?
So you want Matt Brown next?
I want anybody in the top 15, but Matt Brown makes the most. I mean, I called out Matt Brown. I called out, dude. I don't ever call out people. I'm a very kind of respectful.
You kind of have to though.
Not to exactly. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I don't like to talk trash. But the UFC is different. It's a different beast these days, bro. And you gotta take initiative and get what you want. So this year, I called out Matt Brown, no response. I can't remember for 205. I called out Cerrone, or I said I would take this fight when Cerrone didn't have an opponent against Gastelum. Didn't get that, and then I called out Rafael dos Anjos just recently when he said he was moving up to welterweight. No response from that. We got a hold of his management. We said, look, let's just call the UFC. You guys don't know who you want to fight? Let's fight us. We'll both call the UFC. We'll make this fight happen. Easy. They don't have to do any work. They never did that. So I don't think the Rafael dos Anjos fight might be happening anymore.
Have you ever sparred with him before? Or?
Never sparred with him. Never trained with him. He's a beast. I've seen him. I've seen him in the gym.
I feel like you're too big for him, though.
I feel like I would just do well against him, man. He's kind of a bully, but I don't know if he's going to be able to bully me too. You know, he's a lot of pressure, but moving up in weight, he's not going to do as much to me as he did to some of these smaller guys. And then I like my striking against him.
Did Matt Brown give you a response?
Not Matt Brown. No response from Matt Brown, but that's what I'm thinking. If Rafael dos Anjos isn't getting back to me, then I only want a number 15, 14, 13, one of those guys, which is a Matt Brown.
Call out Maya. Who cares? Call out Damian Maya.
Right?
I mean, you call out the number 1 guy, then they'll give you the number 5 guy, you know?
Right. Negotiating skills. I mean, to me, it's like, I just want anybody in that. I want to fight up. I want a top 15 guy because I'm tired of 3-fight win streak this year, and I didn't even move up.
I talked about you on the Jason Ellis show. I don't know if you heard. I said that, and he was saying good things about you. He said you guys sparred together, you and Ellis.
Yeah. We moved around
but I said that I go this. I don't understand the way they're doing things. And this guy Alan, he's a great dad, a great husband. He could bang any chick he wants. He doesn't. He's a Versace model. He's a nice guy. He's a teacher. I mean, he's a guy that like people look up to. Like I remember going to the gym, and you would come and you like. One day you're like, who wants my clothes? And you came in. With
my clothes.
I have your shorts and my.
I give
thing.
away shit all the time. Yeah.
I'm like, and everybody, and even girls are like, when Alan's fighting, and it's not like,
that's funny,
and
man.
like hot girls root for you because you haven't fucked them. You know, like so.
So which makes him. There's one thing he wouldn't do well. There's one thing he wouldn't do well. That'd be being a wingman.
He'd be the worst wingman. I mean, girls would fuck you and think of him. Which
I don't even think it would get that far.
They're still fucking you. So
I don't think it would get that far though.
I love and I appreciate all those compliments, but I get it. I know that the UFC doesn't always. I don't. If maybe that's not the picture that they want. Me or whatever as a personality or being the good guy or whatever. Like I don't care. I'm not saying they need to fucking put all the promoting behind me, but I want what I feel like I deserve, and I want. You take a job in a company, you work there for 2.5 years, you want to move up. You want to know that there's room for growth. You want to grow your money. You want to make a bigger salary. You want a bigger job title, and that's what I want. I've been fighting in the UFC for 2.5 years, and I've what is my record? 6-2 in the UFC.
Never a boring fight.
Good, exciting. Three fight of the nights. Like I'm tired of kind of like selling myself. But all I'm saying is. I've been in that top 50 for 2.5 years, and I want to fight the best guys in the world now. There's guys like Matt Brown, Jake Ellenberger, who on 3-fight losses or whatever, 4-fight losses, and they're not budging from the top 15. And I know they're fighting tough guys, but you got to have new blood, bro. It gets old. You can't have the same stale guys sitting in there. You got to have new blood going in there. And if they don't make the cut, then get them out. If I go in the top 15 and I lose 1 or 2, then knock me out. But give me the opportunity.
Now, Travis Brown recently came to your gym. He left Coach Edmond. I think that was the best news ever. Edmond was very upset because he had more shitty advice to give. But so was that surprising to you? Have you trained with him? Tell me about Travis Brown.
Man, this is like a hot story right now. But I got to be honest, I haven't seen Travis. I haven't been in the gym this week, but I haven't seen Travis Brown at the gym. So I don't know if this is just something that the ball started rolling before it actually happened. But I've seen Travis Brown in the gym before. He comes now and then and works on some things, but I've never seen him there since the day that he released it. Said that I'm going over there.
Right.
I haven't seen him in the gym since that day. So it'll be interesting to see.
Podcasting. This is great podcasting right now.
It'll be interesting to see if he does show up over at the gym.
All right, so it's the return of Bubba Jenkins. Bubba Jenkins is here. He's the man. Your hair's getting long, man.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when you don't cut it.
Nice job. You're looking good. Is this? Are you becoming a Rastafarian or something? What's going on?
Well, I've had dreads since you've known me.
Yeah, but they've been short. They've been short dreads.
Yeah.
So his hair's grown.
Yes, your hair's grown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm the same guy, bro. I just got longer dreads.
Okay, you're not gonna go back to smoking weed and stuff, or
I mean, who knows?
all right. So how are you?
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. So
How are you, Bubba Jenkins?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a while since I've been on the show.
Yes.
It's been a while since I got to see all your wonderful faces.
Yes, we missed you, man.
Yeah, man.
Every time I see Bubba, I forget what weight class he's in, man.
So does he, actually.
No, man. I've been chilling with my new baby girl.
Congratulations.
So. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So
And how's Dream, your old baby, getting along with her?
he loves her.
Really?
He's a kind cuddler kind of guy.
Nice. He's not jealous at all.
Nah, man. He's anytime. I've trained him to ask anyone who needs help when the baby's crying, even if I'm in the living room, my wife's in the bedroom, and the baby's crying, he'll come ask me like, "You need help?" I'm like, "As a matter of fact, go hand me that water."
Who's that?
over there."
Your son?
Yeah, my son.
How old is
Nice.
he?
He's 2.
He's 2 years old, and he's kind of taking on that responsibility.
Oh, he's
Man.
he's wise beyond his years, man.
And does your dog like the baby?
My dog died, bro. My
Oh,
dog
sorry.
died.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. So I've just been, kicking everything around. Everything's
Nice.
been going on.
I'm not
bro.
nice to your dog died. I'm sorry that
Well,
I'm sorry
a
that
black
your
widow
dog.
spider got him.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Black widow spider.
He got bit by a black widow.
Yeah.
How did you know that? How did you figure this out?
He died while I was out of town. The last day that he was alive, I was packing up that night. He came up to me kind of like sickly, kind of very docile and not like him, because the day before he was running around all wild and everything like that, running around as normal, and he just seemed very like lethargic, and kind of like I called him over to me. He kind of moped over, and I'm just like, trying to look at him like, what's wrong with him, kind of thing. But it was late and it was kind of cold, so I'm like, all right, we'll just sleep on this couch right here, So I put him on the couch, and then the next morning, I left to go out of town, and then my wife called me, and she was like, hey, Ox is not moving. Ox is dead, pretty much. And so I'm like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
It was a pit, right?
It was a pit. Yeah, about 85, 90 pounds. So I had my brother come pick him up and, take him out. And the next day I got back, I started cleaning up, the whole backyard and trying to get everything out of there that, he dealt with and stuff. And I saw about 3 or 4 different black widow spiders.
Man, I'm sorry.
Especially in the spot that he laid in.
Did you see like a bite mark or a bump on him, on your dog?
My assumption is that a black widow got him
Gotcha.
because
Now,
the couch that he slept on and I was always on, that's where I found most of them.
I'm curious just because I like at my place, I've got a dog and a kid, and I've got black widow. I always see black widow spiders, and I'm always like doing little projects outside, and I'm always killing them, man. But people always tell me, they're like, you know what? Black widows are actually very like, they're kind of like shy. They're kind of like private. Unless you irritate them, they don't really come after you.
Right.
But I still kill those fuckers every time I
kill
see
them
them.
every
But
time.
I just wanted to know, like, if it was,
No, it's just my assumption because nothing else has happened. Nothing else was different other than the fact that after he died, I saw so many black widows.
Yeah, no, I got you.
I'm really sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's all good though, man. I didn't see him like stiff or dead or anything like that. He was just lethargic, and I think, one of my friends was saying because he knew everyone knows my dog from college and everything. He said, man, the way that he kind of stayed up that night before for you, to come say hi, and he was kind of saying his last goodbye. So it was pretty. It touched me for him to say that, to where I thought, yeah, man, maybe he did hang on for an extra couple hours to make sure that
I know how
say
important
bye.
my dog is in my life, and
Yeah.
I really feel bad for you. Anytime I drive and I see like lost dogs, a sign, it always gets me. I'm like,
I haven't run since I saw my dog. Maybe you can tell. But no, I haven't, because that was my running boy.
Are you gonna get another dog or no?
I think having 2 kids under 2 right now.
Yeah.
A new dog would be would be stressful on my
A
wife.
bit much, yeah.
So we're going to call right now Jocelyn Lybarger, who just retired from MMA. Retired.
Yeah.
She was the first RFA champion. You were in the RFA.
Yeah, I'm familiar with her.
First 115-pound champion.
She just got tapped by Nina Ansaroff.
She lost three in a row
In the UFC.
in the UFC.
I remember she got the call up. She just retired?
She just retired.
Yeah, she lost in Phoenix,
She's
right?
she's got to be a full-time mom. We're going to talk to her about that. What she's going to do. She's got a hot wife. I'll tell you that much.
She's lesbian?
She's a lesbian.
Oh.
She turned her wife. Her wife
Gave it away there, Joe.
Well, okay. I just say, he says, "Mom, her wife had kids previous from a guy, obviously from a guy, and then she was her wife's trainer, and then they fell in love, and now they have kids.
That's cool.
So I know Bubba, being the good Christian, will love this.
The good Christian.
Sounds interesting. Staying away from that.
We're going to talk to Jocelyn right now. I like Jocelyn. Came to my show. What a cool chick. Hey, Jocelyn Lybarger, how are you?
Good. It's Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger.
Well,
Get my name right.
Sorry.
some respect on her
we are
name.
off to a great start. Jocelyn Jones-Lybarger. I'm here with your ex-RFA partner, Alan Jouban.
Yeah, what's up, Jocelyn?
Hey, Alan. How are you?
Good.
Alan's, if you were straight, I'm sure Alan's the kind of guy you go for.
Yeah.
And then we have Bubba Jenkins.
Not so much. His little pretty boy butt.
Yeah, oh, wow.
Oh, shots.
Yeah, she's like, we got CB Gold, and then we also have Bubba Jenkins, NCAA champion Bubba Jenkins.
I was also in RFA.
Are you in the RFA also? Mm-hmm. Nice. How many fights do you have in the RFA?
2.
Nice. You were 2-0 in the RFA, huh?
Yes, sir.
There you go. So, how are you, Jocelyn?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Congrats on your retirement. You hung it up, right?
Yes, I'm so excited.
What happened? I'm just finding this. It's Alan, Jocelyn. I'm just hearing for this the first time. So what made you decide to retire?
I announced it Thursday, but honestly, like the last 6 months, like after my second UFC fight, I was just really tired. And to be honest, my wife and I, we have 2 little girls, and it's time to focus on them. It really is. I have our 12-year-old daughter. She's number 2 in the state for swimming, 7 in the nation. Like, I got to start traveling with her for her swim meets. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know you have a son, but I just am tired to that point where everything is about me. Mom's in fight camp, so we can't do this, or we can't do, you know what I'm talking about? And my girls are 10 and 12, going to be 11 and 13, and it's just time to focus on our family.
No, it is tough. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 31, and February would have been 10 years I've been doing this.
Been in the sport 10 years, yeah.
Wow.
About the same as me.
Now, by the way, Renato Laranja just showed up. I don't know if you know about Renato.
Yeah.
He's a 27-time world champion.
Don't sound so fucking excited over there. Yeah. I know the guy.
Yeah.
Put a little more excitement onto there, okay? I know that you're lesbian, but you're still attracted from me just a little bit in there.
Now,
okay?
Now,
You
Jocelyn,
guys see my wife. She's beautiful.
God, I should see her too.
you do have a very hot wife. I've met your wife. She's beautiful. Now, was she?
Wait, hold on. Caralho. I just got confused. What you said? I'm sorry. Well, you said. I thought you said your wife.
Yeah. She's a lesbian.
How they did that?
They got married.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, we're legally married.
But that's
What's her name? Can we
before I
bring up a
cry
picture or something?
But
Now, that happened. In America, women are allowed to get married to
but
each
I
other.
thought it was Adam and Steve, not Janine and Garofalo.
It might be Janine and Garofalo, but so now, Jocelyn, your wife. Now, she wasn't always a lesbian. Obviously, she had kids. Now, were you the first girl that she dated?
Yeah. I'm the first girl Jen has ever been with. Her story's a long story, though. I mean, I think you guys talked about it for a little bit when you met her. She grew up Mormon. She always knew, she wanted to be with girls and stuff. But when you grow up Mormon, it's kind of you're told what to do. And she was married for 10 years. The kid's father, Brett, who actually is a great father. He's one of my best friends, to be honest. And we leave Friday. We're taking the kids to Vegas, all three of us. So
Oh, wow.
Anna, Brett, and the kids, and we all stay in one hotel room. Like we're a happy family, and we're raising these kids, with nothing but love and raising them, to love everybody no matter what. But he's a great dad.
Let me tell you something. I tried to tell a lot of my ex-wifeys and stuff that too. When they ask me for child support, I say, listen, you gotta haze that one on love. Porra, I'm out.
Jocelyn, wait, hold up. So you guys are all sharing a hotel room. Now, does he ever try to get like something between? Like, do you guys all sleep in the same bed?
No.
Why not?
He's single, so we're trying to help him find a girl right now.
That's hilarious. I mean, now, is there a lot of pressure, though, like, for you being your wife's first girl? Because because it seems like there would be a lot of pressure because she's never done stuff. Do you have to teach her stuff? Like, here's how to, eat vagina and stuff.
She know that one. Intuitively, the women know that because they know what they like.
Really?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know how gay guys teach those classes to straight women. No, gay guys teach classes to straight women how to suck at dicks because a gay man's obviously he's know what a dick is the way I feel, so he wanna. He taught a woman the best way to do that.
So, Jocelyn, is that true? Intuitively, women know how to eat vagina?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know how I know? How? Because when I watch a straight porno with a man and a woman, when I see a man eating the pussy, I fast forward that one.
Why?
Because it doesn't do shit for me.
Right.
But when
Sorry.
When I see two beautiful women together, and one know how to French kiss that woman's pussy, I feel like that's very sensual, and it's also turned me on. Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you, Renato.
I'm not gonna to sugarcoat that one.
No, I totally understand. So Jocelyn, now that you're retired, so now does your wife work? Is she gonna kind of be like? So now it's your turn to stay home with the kids, and the wife's gonna work?
Yeah, she's always worked. She's always supported me 100% in what I do. On the side, I do a lot of personal training, certified personal trainer. I work with Mike Dolce and a lot of stuff, online with clients, helping with their nutrition and stuff. So I'm going to continue doing that, but still focus on the kids and I guess, kind of be that stay-at-home mom. But, I learned from her, and we do this together still.
That's awesome. You know what? You've had some great fights. Your last fight obviously didn't go your way. Nina, that was the best Nina and Saraf I've seen. But you were hanging in there the whole time. And going into that last round, your coach was like, look, you're down 2-0. You got to knock her out to win. And you went for it. You went for it the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys watched the fight, in the first round, I checked her second kick, and I thought I broke my foot. That's why I could not stand on it anymore. I actually have my appointment tonight again at 6:30, so I think I'm going to be having surgery on my left foot. And I could not walk after the fight. I was like, shit, my foot's broken. Not saying I'm holding anything against her or excuses or anything like that, but I was just like, fuck, I can't stand up right now. And even when I was on my back in the first round, I wanted to go to butterfly and get up, and I couldn't get my left foot there. Like, I put my foot on the ground to scoot my hips out, and when I put it down on the ground, I couldn't push off it. I was like, fuck, something's wrong, But yeah, Nina was great that night. Both of us going in there, we both needed a win, and she got with it. She got the W, but honestly, I was ready to do this, win or lose. Like, I knew this was my next step. And I mentioned it to Jana, during my fight camp and stuff, and she kind of stopped me. She's like, hey, let's just talk about this, after the fight. And I said, okay, but it's just something I wanted to let you know that it's been eating at me a lot.
I'd like to eat at you a lot.
Now, I gotta say, Jocelyn, you have one of the most amazing stories. So your parents had 3 girls, right?
Yep.
And 2 of them became fighters. You and your twin sister, and your older one became a porn star.
Which one is that?
So
wait, the one I don't know that one. Wait, do I?
What was her name? She's not retired too, right?
Yeah, she's retired too.
Retarded?
Her name was
No. She's not retarded. She's retired.
Oh, caray.
She's retired. Her name was Dylan Ryder.
Retarded.
Oh, I know that one.
Dylan Ryder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know her personally, but I know her work.
Yeah, she actually won an AVN.
Yeah.
Right? She's a huge.
Yeah, I know that one.
Now
She's nice.
she seems very nice. But were you happy when she retired from that? Because that's got to be kind of rough, right? As a sister.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't rough for us, but I knew she knew she had like a kind of like a deadline point. I don't know how to. I don't know what word to use, but when her son was getting older, so she actually, when she retired, she moved out here. So she's here with us in Arizona now. She bought it. She just lives out here now with us, and now we're all here. My mom and dad just moved out here. My twin sister Jill lives out here, and but yeah, so.
And there's no shame in the game.
Busy.
Everybody out here is fucking each other. She's just not ashamed of that, and she showed that one. But everybody's doing the same fucking stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody want to criticize, and of course, nobody want their children fantasize their children gonna grow up and be a porn star. But in reality, everybody is fucking. If you look at the streets, the traffic everywhere, everybody's a product of fucking. Okay, so let's stop pretending we don't curse, we don't fuck, we don't do whatever we do. Be honest about the shit. So tell her I applaud her, and at least she was getting paid, not like some of the fucking girls that I'm deal with. Porra caralho.
Well, it never bothered us. Me and Jill, my twin sister, my mom and dad, it never. It's not like we were sitting at home watching the shit or anything like that, but it never bothered us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter what.
Can we safely say that all 3 sisters are good at taking shots to the face?
Oh God.
Hello, Jocelyn.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
I said, can we safely say that all 3 of you are really good at taking shots to the face? Right, that's pretty much.
Pretty much at one point we all were.
That's good. Well, listen. Look, all of you. Look. You're right. My 2 hobbies are pretty much fighting and porn. So your family has really helped me out.
Beneficial.
It's been beneficial in my life.
Save money on a therapist.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you to all 3 of you.
Providing a lot more than a lot of other people who probably criticize you guys.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are all pioneers
every day,
too.
and that's the thing too. Is me announcing my retirement. I got so much hate online, and I was like, really, what the fuck does my life have to do with you? Fuck off. Me and Jana were laying in bed reading it. Poor Jana was getting all heated, and I'm like, babe, I just laughed about it because I have no idea. I got mad at some of what people were saying, but it's really what does this have to do with you? What gives you the right to talk your shit online right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody don't mind their own fucking business. Everybody talk about they want freedom, but they ain't everybody's fucking business, porra.
Why would anyone give you shit for
Right?
retiring? You were the RFA champion. You took a fight with Tisha Torres on 4 days' notice. You fought Randa Marcos. You fought some great girls. You're a great fighter. Why would anyone give you a hard time?
Because they're bored.
I don't get it, but I had fun and I did. I had a blast, and I'm happy to say, and I'm excited, so excited. I think the only sad part is not seeing my teammates and John Crouch every day, which I'm not going to be a stranger to a lab. I'm going to still go in there with my teammates, but it's just I'm excited. I'm excited for what's next. I'm excited to be with our family and just go from there.
Well, listen, Jocelyn, you're an awesome fighter. You're an awesome person. You got a great family. How's your twin sister doing?
Yeah, she's doing good. She's married and they have kids too, and she's just working and
never mind her
staying
then.
busy. So we're all staying busy now.
What about Dylan Hyder? Was she still involved with somebody?
No, she's currently engaged and she's happy and she's just staying busy with her son too.
Now, would you and your wife ever have a fun day where you kind of took in a Brazilian 6'2" guy and just like took advantage of him, and just even penis isn't your number one choice, you guys would still just have fun with him?
No, not so much.
Not so less either, but come on.
Renato, have you ever been with two lesbians?
Of course I have, and you know what? Open your mind. Don't be so close-minded like some of the other people out there. You don't even know if you didn't try it, some of that one.
Alan, have you ever been with a lesbian or?
The fuck out of here.
Bubba Jenkins, have you ever hooked up with lesbian?
While he was asking, while he was trying to figure out his answer, I was trying to figure out if I've been with a lesbian. I've been with 2 girls, but I don't know if one was a lesbian.
Wow.
Well, I mean, back at ASU, you must have had lots of threesomes, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they were.
Oh, that's a good point. But I thought, okay, but I don't know if I've been with.
She was a lesbian.
I don't know if I've been with 2 actual lesbian. I've been with 2 girl, but I was one time a lesbian who was a supposed full lesbian. No fucking around lesbian one like that.
Yeah.
And I was weasel my way in there.
Okay. Oh, not good.
Okay. And it was to change the.
I've actually turned 4 girls into lesbians after being with me. So they. Well, listen, Jocelyn, I'm a big fan of yours. I think you're an awesome person. So.
Okay. How many fucking times?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show. Thanks for coming on the show, Jocelyn.
Ciao.
All right, guys, take care.
Take care, Jocelyn.
Take care.
All right, we're gonna see you later.
All right, that was Jocelyn Lybarger.
Well,
What's going on?
Yeah, I like that. She's cute. She almost have a cross between Chije Jello-Shaw and then also, but someone also attractive to me.
Okay, so she has like a TJ Dillashaw.
Well, she may be up here, TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
Down here, I don't know, like, who's one of that girls? I don't know. Remember the girl from the movie The Girl Next Door? Or she was on some show. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, Bubba. All right, listen. Bubba Jenkins.
I didn't almost recognize Bubba because he looked like a dreadlock bumble-ass now.
That's what I said. He looked like he's... All right, he got mad at me for saying that. But you laugh at.
How did I get mad at you? I said my hair is getting longer.
No, it looked good. I just, I'm not used to seeing that. I said, who is that? I said, like before, I said, every time I said that's I thought it was the lead singer from Soul to Soul.
Yeah, now it's Bubba Marley now.
Yeah, now to have some respect, that's Bubba Jank.
Okay, got you. Now, Bubba, how has the move to Kings been for you?
It's been good, man. Training at Kings is always, every Friday it's fight night, you know what I mean? With all the guys coming in there trying to get it on and get it grinding.
I thought he was always there.
No, he was at the body shop and moved to Kings.
Yeah.
Why so?
Oh, I always thought, where the fuck did you train with Bambaras Diner Yush or whatever?
Benny Darius, Kings. Yeah.
Kings.
Yeah.
Okay,
but that was a while back.
Whatever. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, no,
He was at ATT.
Got it. I don't need to know
Now
the
he's
whole
at Kings.
fucking resume. Okay.
So how's
the same, man. It's with Rafael Cordero and all the guys that are in there, you always get the best work with some of the best guys. So
now I have some spies over there, and I asked, "How's Bubba doing?" They all say you're doing great, but they say that like they put you in there and they tell everyone to take your head off. They said, "Don't go easy on Bubba. Like let's put it on him." Is that what's going on there?
Sometimes, yeah. But I think you need that for preparing for what you need for fight night. Like, if you don't get the butterflies before sparring, then you're not really... A lot of times, I believe you're not doing it right. Because, you can't just shut that on and off when fight night comes. You can't just have that feeling on fight night because then it becomes foreign to you. You got to have that, like, Briar's patch of having that nervousness, having that, oh, man, someone might knock me out kind of feeling every other weekend.
The Briar patch.
Yeah, because when fight night comes, you don't want that like random nervousness. You don't know how you're going to react to that. So you might as well have it every other now and then. For some of the other fans who don't know about the old Negro fairy tales, maybe to tell them about the Briar patch and the Briar habit and stuff like that. That's from Uncle Chum Academy, Uncle Hemus. A lot of people don't know about the Briar's patch. Go look that up.
Now, Alan, what were you saying about...
No, I'm getting caught up. So when did you make the move to Kings?
Halfway through my last camp, getting ready for Georgie.
Was there like a reason because of that?
I think I was moving on from body shop and just our philosophy started not matching. And,
right. Okay.
Also, his wife was 7 months pregnant,
yeah.
And then they decided to relocate to Big Bear. So he's like, so then the whole team left for Big Bear, and except for him. So he needed to get ready.
The team went to Big Bear.
Yeah.
You can't have.
We had about 5 guys on that card on the August
Mm-hmm.
26th card, and they wanted to go to Big Bear. I mean, we were
Train
fighting,
at altitude.
Yeah, but we're fighting here in Orange County, so it wasn't like we were going to altitude, so we needed to prepare in altitude.
Go, yeah.
They just said, we're gonna go get away for 3 to 4 weeks, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool, but I got a pregnant wife with a 2-year-old at the crib.
Yeah.
I can't
Now you're at Kings, man. I've trained with Rafael a little bit back in the day when he was over at Black House, and I know that he kind of likes you, like you said, man. He always liked it to be the sparring to be. He always would say like, no more beautiful shit. People say, oh, that's beautiful. He wanted like hard sparring.
Which one, Rafael Cordero?
Rafael Cordero.
Okay, yeah.
And then now at Kings, it kind of justifies what you're saying. They go hard in sparring, right?
Yes, on Friday, because all week it's like we're working on combinations. You're working on a fast pace of go fast. Maybe some things are hard but not fast. Some things are fast but not hard, and you're just mixing it up all week with boxing and Muay Thai and striking and all that. But
I want you to put it together on sparring.
And then on
day.
Friday, it's time to put it together. All week you've been trying to figure out who you want to tag up, who just hit you hard when you were,
guys going at it.
Yeah, guys are going at it.
Friday is fight night, basically. You're preparing for fight night.
Now
Friday's
Alan
fight
is
night.
calling out Dos Anjos. You train with Dos Anjos.
Yes.
Well, he kind of left though, right? Didn't he kind of? Is he
Yeah,
still there?
he's not at Kings anymore.
So Alan,
He's still training
so now you could say Alan would fuck up Dos Anjos, right?
I would say what?
Alan would totally destroy Dos Anjos.
I can't say that, but it's a new weight class for Dos Anjos. Him being from 55 to 70 I'm excited to see what it looks like for him. I mean,
Are
he
you
doesn't have
training
to
with
cut
him
weight.
currently?
Yes.
So I'm not asking for secrets, but I'm just curious because I don't even think the fight's gonna happen. But is he training at the moment? Is he like motivated? Because we were like trying to get responses, and I haven't heard from him, so I didn't even know if he was like away from fighting.
I don't think he's on that level. I don't think he ever really liked to have that trash talking. You know what I mean? When Conor came in trash talking and stuff like that, he really wasn't.
Yeah, that's not his style.
That's not his style. His style is to show up on fight night. He does it all with talking. When he fought Diaz at one time, and they almost got in a fight in the back room and all that stuff. That night he could have ended Diaz a couple of times, and he just wanted literally just wanted to kick his leg off, kick the shit out of him. So I mean, he's not the shit talking.
I'm not either. So, I just feel like I want to fight. But I haven't heard back from him, and I'm just asking. I was thinking, you know what? Maybe he's not even in fight mode. Maybe he's like, let me get away from the scene. So he's in training. He just doesn't know what he wants yet.
Yeah. Okay. I think I mean, all smart fighters, get to pick and choose what they want to do, especially if you're a former champion.
Right.
Everybody kind of wants that piece of the pie. I know if when Daniel comes back from being golf and we're all in Bellator, everybody's going to want a piece of that pie. Whether he was former champion or current champion, you always want to test yourself to see, man, if I beat him, I know I could have won it or could win it. So everybody wants that taste. So when he changes weight classes, I believe everybody who's established at 170 is like, hey, whoa, back up, homeboy. Like, let's...
Wait, so you went to his new gym with him?
Which new gym?
Dos Anjos' new gym?
I've trained at KYRIE Chapel with him.
Where? Who?
KYRIE Chapel.
You're the wrestling coach there, right?
Mm-hmm. KYRIE Chapel.
Oh, it's Chapel Wrestling.
KYRIE Chapel.
KYRIE Chapel is like one of the best wrestling high schools.
It's called
Calvary Chapel.
Oh,
it's
I
a
can't
Christian
hear
high
you, but he's mumble
It's one of the best wrestling high schools in the country. We actually went up against their middle school one time. They're like, hey, we want to do a scrimmage. And my kids are like, sure. So they before the match, they put their hands in and go Jesus. And then and I
they
swear.
don't say that.
Well, they did it back then. And
No,
then
they
all my
don't.
kids started laughing.
No, they say glory to God.
Okay, so what did they say?
They say 1, 2, 3, glory to God.
Well, there you go.
They said go Jesus when we were wrestling.
They did not
you're
say
making
go
up
Jesus.
stuff. This Jewish, he's one of the one that
There's
killed
no way.
Jesus.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Go Jesus. That sounds so corny.
You
There's
wanna
no way
kill
they're saying
Jesus.
that. And
And first of all, the Romans killed Jesus.
No, he was a Shylock.
I wasn't there.
You landed money landing and then never to
back
charge
then
I know what
they
you're
said-
talking about. You're right.
It's a
Absolutely right.
Jewish-
Tell them the history.
Listen,
Give them
Then
history.
there was create delis and
listen, Black Israelites. That's not what happened. Okay, what happened? They said go Jesus,
No, they
and then
didn't.
my kids started laughing, and then they beat the shit out of
You
them.
don't have no knowledge of self.
All right. You're not woke.
Yeah.
So,
So that's the high school to go to, though.
it's a great high school for wrestling.
Oh, great. Go
I mean,
fight high school kids, okay?
and if they're hiring Bubba Jenkins to be their high school coach, then you know that they're right. And
Oh, you're the high school coach.
I'm one of the high school coaches.
Gotcha,
Jacob
okay.
Harmon is the head coach.
Do they have a female wrestling team over there?
They do.
Oh, caralho.
yeah, a lot of the. I know that Jessica Penney and them used to train over there.
Yeah, a lot of girls still come in. Not only that, but a lot of jiu-jitsu people come in all the time. So when we do our wrestling, there's an MMA mat and then there's a wrestling mat. So a lot of times we blend the two if we're working on specific things that will work in MMA about wrestling, like finishing takedowns. That's both styles.
Oh, God, are you? We gotta hear that. We gotta fight over that fucking thing.
I mean, it's either that or Alan's pretty hot.
It's not that hot. Alan,
Hold on. I'll put the heater on.
you put the heater on? What the fuck are you talking about? I hate this fucking place. And when I came up the stairs, it smelled like hat poison. I could smell chemicals. They're fucking fumigating this joint. I hate this.
Why didn't you say the heater's on?
And then when he says that he have the nerve to say Alan and Jouban gonna be in studio today, a fucking studio. You mean in studio apartment?
Studio,
you fucking guy.
Studio apartment. Exactly.
You know what? This is terrible. And the cat. I feel the same way. The cat. Look at him. He's look like, what the fuck did I did to deserve this? To live with this fucking guy.
Oh my god. So Bubba, you haven't had a fight in 6 months. Is there a reason?
Yeah, there's definitely a reason. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Because he's black.
That's a good one. That's a good reason. I've put that on the box as well. I've thrown that up there to just check. I don't know, man. I've been waiting for opponents. They keep giving away everybody that I want to fight. They're like, "Go call somebody out." Then I call people out. And
what about that guy talking a lot of guy from Ireland talking shit about you? What's
Gallagher.
his name?
Who?
James Gallagher.
Yeah, dude from Ireland.
Gallagher is talking shit.
The comedian Gallagher.
This fucking guy is so washed up. Gallagher. And then he had his twin brother.
Yeah,
then now he's gonna do MMA.
Yeah.
You would fucking kill Gallagher. I guarantee. I'll put
All of
100%
them.
my
Yeah, but he
money
has a
on
hammer,
Gallagher.
though. He has a
Yeah,
hammer.
but he can't use that one. Okay, and I know. I know that he's gonna have extra incentive because Gallagher was destroyed a lot of watermelons in his China. Okay, so just to get this
I'll be
stuff
motivated.
straight. Okay?
But no, James Gallagher started chirping up after he beat I know a teammate of mine.
Now that was a good fight though. That guy almost won.
Yeah. Well, Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
They call him Pretty Boy, which I don't know why they do that. But Anthony Taylor.
He's good looking guy. Okay, but I'm bad at look.
I put my money on you.
Yeah.
But I've trained with Anthony, and he's not in any way, shape, or form at the caliber of the guys that are at the top in Bellator 145.
Right.
And I just believe that. I mean, Anthony couldn't last a round with me. Like, literally could not. I mean, sparring, training, jiu-jitsu, whatever. He's not a wrestler, but he claims wrestling because that's the only. He knows how to black man take you down double leg. You know what I mean? And
like
that's
like a football.
Yeah,
tackle.
he knows how to football tackle. He knows how to Ray Lewis your ass. But that's about it. He didn't.
Right.
He doesn't come up in boxing.
So he
or
like stabs
striking.
you too?
He's from Oakland, so he can.
shoot the parking lot.
Yeah.
Oakland's dangerous. I know that
Inside the
area.
gym is cool, but outside the gym, you never know what you're gonna get with him.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's not a strategic, like, I'm a wrestler kind of guy. He never really truly wrestled at any level at in high school or anything.
Well, you
like
better
that.
stay the fuck out of Oakland.
So, yeah.
You heard what they did to Biggie Small when he was out there. E40 they kidnapped that motherfucker.
Really?
Yeah, you look it up. I'm not joking. And also look up Hammer and third base assassination.
They got into a fight with third base and Hammer.
Look it up, and you're gonna be fat. The viewers, the listeners, look it up. Look, Hammer was a fucking gangster.
I heard that.
And look it up. Fuck, what's his name? Method Man and Headman.
Yeah.
Headman have a story that Hammer stepped to him, and he was like, he didn't want no fucking part of what Hammer was.
Are we talking about MC?
I swear. I know it seems like the craziest fucking thing you ever heard. Look it up on YouTube. Just put in Hammer, tried to kill third base, or
Right.
Hammer Headman, and watch what comes up, the viewers. And I want to hear what you guys had to say
I
about
thought we
that.
were talking about like a different hammer.
No,
It's
that's
one
what
of
I
the
thought.
funniest. Yeah, because you always think somebody's something.
Can't touch
like
this.
Jodeci, you think, these guys is singing songs. Go fuck around with Jodeci. You know what I'm saying? Like, go step to Jodeci, see what happens to just because people sing a certain kind of
R&B,
style.
yeah.
Or they look at me and they look at the combination skin and they think, and then guess what
They
happens
think you
to
suck.
that one? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You never know about these fucking
you're
people.
light-skinned,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I am also
So Hammer's
dark.
hiding shit in those pants.
Well, he's also a lot of women said he was packing from that video when
Pumps
he
in
do
the
pump
jump.
on the
Yeah,
bump
yeah,
because
yeah.
he have the it's not a cod piece. It's more like a jock strap.
Right.
And you can see that he's have a lot in there.
Right. Okay. So back to you.
Anyway,
So,
I digest. I got off on a different point.
So I mean, are you contacting Bellator on a weekly basis and saying I want to fight these people, or?
I wouldn't say on a weekly basis. It's always like, we'll get back to you. We'll get you an opponent. We'll figure out something, I think a little bit of it is giving me the runaround, but a little bit of it is like trying to get me the right fight.
You have one more fight in your contract.
One more fight. And I've never declined any fight of anyone. I've asked for Pitbull on a short notice. I said
Pitbull's
that I would,
fighting now?
No, not the rapper Pitbull.
Oh, okay.
I said I would take Pat Curran in Italy. They didn't give me that fight. I asked for what is his name? El Matador Sanchez.
Yeah.
They didn't give me that fight. I've been asking for James Gallagher because he's calling out all
these
the
names. The Matador, Gallagher. It's him. I
asked for Justin Lawrence. I said I'd fight Justin Lawrence, and they gave him away.
Hold on. You used to what, Renato?
No, I used to watch WWF.
Yeah.
And then some of the fucking kids was into WCW.
Yeah.
And they knew all those fucking guys. And I was like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
I never heard of these fucking guys. And he reminded me to Bellator. Something. I like a lot of the guys like Bubba Jenkins. But then you hear these guys, Snake Eyes and the Matador and fucking Gallagher. And the guy's gonna came out on a fucking dinosaur or whatever. And I go, porra, it's he remind me of, sometimes you're into Marvel and then DC and then you get confused. But anyway, yeah.
No, did you watch Bellator last week?
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of Georgie?
I didn't think he had his best performance.
No.
He didn't look that good.
The other kid looked not too shabby.
Yeah, no, not too
Georgie
shabby.
came out in the third. In the third, he actually started fighting his fight.
True, but then the
like-
other kid was doing his shit.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure he was really concerned though, because he knows he's moving to 155. So the
You always want to have a win, though, man.
Yeah, but he didn't look like you've seen him in other fights where he looks really, really good. And this one, it was just like. Plus, I don't know. Do you think that illegal knee hurt him? Because he took two.
Okay, tell me this.
Knees.
What do you think? It looked like it was a little bit of getting some wind back.
Yeah,
to
he
me.
was tired.
Because when I looked at the heat play, not to disparage Johaji, but when I looked at heat play,
Nah,
I
he
didn't
was tired.
saw a lot of contact there.
Yeah,
okay,
he was tired. But then
I saw
that's
a lot
part
of
of
like, oof.
that's part of strategy. When
Well,
you're
I would
when
do
you're
the same stuff,
absolutely.
but I'm just when I see
when
a
you're
spade,
when
when I
you're
call a spade, you know what that is. About.
yes, when you're a fan at home and you're just watching, you're like, oh man, you got to get back in there. That didn't even hit you. But when you're a true fighter, and you're like, man, this my kids.
Yeah, of course.
Are trying to
of course.
get fed off of this. My future depends on this win. Things are happening. You want everything to be in your favor. Whether it's an eye poke and you have 5 minutes and you take 30 seconds. Why don't you take the 4.5 minutes? And
I
really,
couldn't agree more, my brother.
What
Really
happened
be
with the
strategic.
Gracie fight? That was one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life.
We were trying to compete with Dada and Kimbo.
You know what though? I have to say not that I was impressed with Halleck striking or something, but to be honest, I thought that what's the fucking other guy's name?
Kosaki Kato.
Whatever is that guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna, cause of the knockout power he have and what he's done
Against
to
Joe Schilling
and I'm a big Joe Schilling's fan. And I just thought he was gonna be able to, kick Halleck's head off there. And the fact that he just didn't get fucked up by the strikes Hilly at all.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't able to Hilly take him down very easy. I think that maybe if you put him off the shelf for a little while and just have him to focus on striking day and night. Maybe he could have.
He took 8 years off. Right?
I understand.
Yeah,
but maybe the guy could have some fucking future in that. I mean, it's not like he was just a bum off the street that just got the shit kicked out of him in 30 seconds. I mean, caralho, it wasn't entertaining. I understand, but he did, frankly, better than I thought was going to happen.
I mean, there was just too much respect in my eyes. I mean,
both parts.
Both parts. Yeah, I agree.
What's the Japanese guy?
Saki Kato.
Karate Saki.
Kato.
Yeah.
Karate Kato.
Right.
Karate.
Kato was giving Gracie too much respect. I mean, he don't want to go to the ground with him, but he went to the ground and nothing too bad happened. But like,
except for the end of the fight.
Right. But Halleck doesn't have any wrestling, so it's like he shouldn't have given him that much respect.
He should have tried to knock his head off.
Yeah, he should have tried to knock his head off. If he gets engaged, he doesn't have any wrestling to take you down. You can disengage and get back into striking. But they were both just playing a tentative game for way too long, and I don't know if Halleck's gonna get another shot.
Yeah, it was not fun for the fans. I know that much.
By the way, Joe Schilling and Phil Baroni are going at it. I guess Nate Diaz posted a picture of him, Schilling, Nick, and someone else, and it's like, "Yo, hang with the crew." And then Schilling, and then Baroni's like, "Why you hang with that Buster? He's a fucking loser."
Which one?
about Schilling. Baroni started, and then he responded back. And now they're going back and forth on Twitter.
What a perfect...
This has been going on for months.
A fight between Mahoney and like the 209 crew, whatever. Like the shit talk, the New York
Long Island
Guido
badass.
shit versus the... I mean, what could be more delicious than that?
East vs. West.
That
Biggie and Tupac
that would be the
again.
most delicious...
But 10 years ago.
I don't give
15
a
years
fuck.
ago.
I'm talking about the shit talkings. I'm not talking about the
Baroni
fight.
would be down if they set it up.
Of course it would be down. The shit talking on there would be the most fun, and Baroni knows that one because why he's doing that.
Yeah.
He don't need to put that.
Is Baroni, is he signed in any
He wants to fight him in Ryzen or
Yeah,
fight
he's in
Vanderlei
Asia.
in Ryzen.
He's
I
not,
mean,
he's not in Bellator though.
Nah, he's in China.
now,
Look,
who do you
this is gonna
think?
be
Who do you think
funny.
wins in an MMA fight, Baroni or Schilling? At this point,
I would have to. I used to be a big fan of Mahoney, but I haven't seen him fight lately.
Yeah.
He was always, one of that old school guys, like just gonna knock your head off.
he
Or
knocked out Dave Menny. Was a thing of beauty. 700
yeah,
punches
because he
in a
was.
row.
We found out that he was the best ever.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm the man.
yeah.
But now I feel like one thing is youth is not on his side.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one other thing, even though Mahoney is a great hustler,
Yep.
he don't really use that. He just swing for the fence. So Joe Schilling, if it's gonna be on the feet, Joe Schilling's a better kickboxer.
He's gonna kill him
You know
on
what
the
I mean?
feet.
But Mahoney has that power. So I mean, but if you, of course, you have a chance to win. He could knock him out cold. But if you're gonna bet the money, I'm gonna put
I used to watch.
Joe
Baroni,
Schilling.
I remember in high school, I used to watch Baroni wrestle at like tournaments.
Yeah, he was a heel
He was
wrestler.
exactly the same way he is now. He was this way too tan guy with a strut and sunglasses, like a 17-year-old version or 16 of what you see now. But he was the man.
Yeah, it's like going to. He remind me of like going to a pizza place in Bensonhurst or
Yes.
something. Somewhere where you're not invited. People like me, it's not invited.
Well, who do you think wins that fight?
I mean, if I haven't seen, last time I was in Thailand, I'm driving around in Phuket on a scooter, and who do I see walking down the street? Like the most Thai ghetto street. Phil Baroni walking down the street, eating some Thai food.
Yeah, he lived there. He lived there
for a while, and he
No,
was
I
just,
think he still lived there.
He's just wandering the streets, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he just went get some food, but it was just funny. I'm driving by on a scooter in Phuket, Thailand, and I see Baroni. But what I'm getting at is there's no point to that.
That's interesting.
If Baroni has any youth or athleticism or explosiveness, and he's able to get Joe Schilling down, then he could have that factor and win by taking him down and making it kind of a boring
You think
fight.
he would though? I don't think
know
he
that he does.
does.
At
I don't
this
think.
stage.
He
I don't know what he is,
If
but he's
roids
got-
are legal, though, if let's say they're not testing at all in Ryzen, which they probably don't.
Probably don't.
Okay.
Big fights in
Hoyt
Bellator.
is not going to work on striking technique. The Hoyts would help with the wrestling. But I just feel like Mahoney's a very macho gentleman, and he's gonna. I feel,
His pride is
of
gonna
course,
get so much
if he could take him down, if he just went for the boring,
I mean, he's 1-9 in his last 10
If he
fights.
just went,
Not exactly a
if
winning
he just
streak.
went the boring,
Okay,
the
well,
boring out, and just
That
said,
clarifies it.
"Nah, don't fucking mind what Uncle Renatch is talking about.
Go on.
I'm
Yeah.
only the fucking half Tresvant of fucking Valley Trudeau over here."
Go on, keep going.
So, anyway, I forgot my train of thought.
But fucking Joe should murder him on the feet. I
Yeah.
agree. with you.
Mahoney. If he was to do a boring fight and just take him down, of course he's probably gonna win. I put the money. But the stuff is he's not gonna do that. He's gonna go fuck that. I could fuck this guy up on the feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's probably what's gonna happen. So. Well, whatever. I don't fucking know. What do I care? Why are we talking about this
Schilling
shit?
called him a wife beater. That really, he goes, "Go beat your wife."
Did he did that?
Yes, the history.
I don't know if he
I
did
never
it.
heard-
No, and
I never heard
I
of-
met his wife. She's
Or
so
maybe
super
just he wears
sweet
a lot
and
of
cool.
wife beaters.
Oh God, maybe
I-
so.
maybe.
But I never heard of Mahoney doing that. But
Yeah.
who the fuck knows?
I'm not sure he actually could even beat his wife. I think she would win.
Who's
At
his
this point.
wife? Who's his wife?
This is hot, Angela
Gabby
Baroni.
Garcia.
Angela Baroni,
But I
beautiful,
would definitely watch this fight.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I hope they get the fight because I want Baroni to get a payday, and I like Phil Baroni.
Call off your goon. Why is he on? I'm looking at this guy filming him the whole time.
Because where else do we get this kind of Periscope? This
I
kind
don't
of
know,
talent?
but hey.
But do you not want him to Periscope?
No,
it?
you can Periscope, but I feel like he's watched me. I feel like he's have the camera on me on the money shot the whole time. Give some other guys a little
So
shine.
this Friday night in Bellator, a guy that you fought, Alan.
You're just trying to get hits off of me.
Chitty Bang is fighting Melvin Gillard.
You're gonna knock him out.
You know that?
Oh, he's fighting Melvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, main eventing too.
Main
right?
event.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm excited about that.
Melvin. He's gonna knock Melvin out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Chitty Bang
they've
Bang
been.
gonna knock Melvin out.
Yeah, I mean,
Second
Melvin
round.
is not nearly the guy that he was 5, 6,
Second
however many
round
years ago.
knockout.
Plus, he's a 55er. He's a shorter guy. His chin is gone. Chitty's gonna
I
just
saw him
pinpoint
get
accuracy.
dazed by some wind. Dude missed the punch and it literally clearly missed the
The
punch.
wind hurt him, huh?
He
Oh, I thought
wobbled on the
I
wind.
thought he said dazed
Yeah.
by a win,
This
like
is
he
a-
won and still was.
This is kind of like a
That's what I
perfect
thought.
matchup for Chitty,
Chitty,
man.
yeah.
Chitty's getting better.
It's a setup for
that?
him.
He's
always
a guy-
been good,
Chitty
man.
has always been a dangerous motherfucker. I don't know why.
I remember watching him in the RFA when I was there.
He's inconsistent, is why, man.
He's 16-4.
He's the kind of guy that he'll fight 2 or 3 times, have this momentum. Everybody's like, "Damn, this guy's a killer." Then he won't fight for a year, or he'll go and take a Muay Thai fight, or do he doesn't just.
Man, he
say-
need focus.
He needs to focus and
Well,
say, "I'm going to be the Bellator
I
champ."
can
or
understand
whatever.
if that is on him. Like I haven't fought 6 months, and that ain't on me.
But you're all about MMA. You're all about
Yeah.
being the best
Yeah.
in Bellator. You're not
Yeah.
taking like boxing matches or kickboxing.
Yeah, don't worry, we're not
I don't know what he's
comparing.
done that much lately, but I know he's had inconsistencies in the past.
What's his brother doing? You know his brother?
His brother
He's still
is
UFC,
about
no?
to fight Lion. No, he's
not in the
Anthony
UFC no more?
He's going to be not main eventing, but he's Muay Thai now, so he's going to be
Oh,
one
Glory?
of the headliners
Oh, Lion
on
Fight.
Lion Fight in
Oh,
like 2
okay.
weeks.
He had some crazy knockouts in WEC.
I like
Yeah.
both those guys. I like the
Yeah.
both the way, and I like those guys'
that's
Instagram.
probably a
His
mean
brother
fight
Anthony-
over the game or over the TV remote. I mean,
Oh God,
That's
those
a
two
pretty
guys.
good
Imagine
fight.
those fucking guys.
They're from Nigeria.
Yeah, but they've been in America for quite some time. They don't sound like they're from Nigeria.
Yeah,
when you hear them
no.
talk.
All those Nigerian guys are very athletic and explosive.
Oh God, are you? I never heard that one. Before.
Also, David
you saying
Rickles.
black people
What
are
were you saying?
athletic? What?
It's a catchweight fight too.
It's a catchweight?
Yeah, they're
Who?
gonna meet in the middle.
Dave Hickle?
No, it's a catchweight.
Chitty and Melvin is
Oh,
a
the other
catchweight
one. It's like
fight.
161.
It's a catchweight?
Yeah, it's a catchweight.
161 or something.
I'm not 100% sure on the weight, but yeah,
It's a catchweight. Chitty's a catchweight?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think Melvin.
not below
I don't
70.
think Melvin can make
Yeah,
No,
that
I
that
think
don't-
it's 161. I
that
don't know
don't-
why I have that in my mind.
This is bad news.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, because I
Chitty
don't build
can't ever
well.
make weight. Chitty never makes 170.
Oh no.
That's part of his inconsistency. You know why? Because he misses weight all the time. He's a big man. He's like 6'4".
Is that Nigerian food, huh?
Nigerian?
AKA Hibbs, coleslaw, baked macaroni,
But he-
turkey
no
wings.
He's the guy that misses weight pretty consistently. So if they're doing anything below 170, then it's not
It
happening.
says 175.
Oh, okay. There you go.
that's what I
Collard
thought.
green.
Catch weight of above.
Collard
That's
greens.
weird.
So
Cobbler.
Melvin Gillard is a 55er fighting up in weight at 170 at a catch weight of 175.
That's even worse.
It's like the worst case scenario. They're giving
That's so
this.
weird.
They're allowing Chitty. Yeah, this is a great for Chitty,
This
bad
is what
for
we
Melvin.
call an alley oop.
Somebody don't like Melvin Gillard.
On an 8-foot.
Hey, I was always a fan too
No
of Melvin
defense.
Gillard. I don't have no ill will toward Melvin Gillard.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
not. But
I like the way
he's
he
just
fight.
not the
Yeah.
same
No,
guy.
I know.
you
I always
He-
disappoint because
the
he
guy's
had
got
so
like
much
100 fucking
potential.
fights too.
When I ran into Sage Northcutt over the weekend, I was like, "Hey, how's it going, fan?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I came for my next fight. It's gonna be at 55. I only walk around at 172." He's explaining to me. I'm like, "It's dude, you don't
didn't even
have
ask.
to. You don't have to."
Yo, you know what's so
I've-
fun? I love about him.
There's no way that fucking kid walk around at 172.
he's
muscular,
not that
man.
big.
I
72? No,
Yeah.
he's probably more than that.
okay.
He's-
So let's to look at something. Here.
What's that?
You got he took a picture with you?
Yeah, he was trying.
He asked you, or did
I-
you ask him? No.
I gave to him a private. I gave to him and Woodley a private.
Right. So that nice.
To work on some of the jiu-jitsu skills for that guys. Okay.
Was it hard for you to
Hold
teach
on.
them because they're so at such a lower level than you?
No. Oh well. Yeah. So now, bear in mind this. I'm about on my lightest day. I might be 185, probably close to 190. Okay.
Yep.
I don't know how the fuck weight Chiron Woodley.
Yes. Yep.
And then look Sage Northcutt. You're gonna tell me that motherfucker weighed
Yeah, he doesn't look like 172.
less than us?
No, you're right. But
Look to that.
that's what he told me.
I'm not trying to despair. I'm just saying, by my eye chest, But what I can't imagine that he walk around at one side.
Well, it's just weird that he's
got legs too.
But it's funny though, because a guy like this, I mean, he was obviously a very nice kid, and
Yeah, he was a very nice kid.
When
When
insecure to be telling me what he walks around at. Like,
well, whatever. Maybe he just
was saying
want.
the
Maybe
same thing to me,
you know
too.
what? You know, sometimes people say shit like, "Hey, one day I'm gonna be in the UFC. I'm gonna do." You know, you say it to people, you just really saying it to yourself, like. I can do that, you know, putting it out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people, you're like, why are you telling me? You know, like like that kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, you know. I don't think he's trying to fucking bamboozle you.
No,
'cause
not at all.
He's going to have to come down to it. He's the one who have to lose the weight.
I just think he's actually was embarrassed by his fights, or he felt bad about his fights.
How could you not be? I mean, he's, you know, because the kid got a lot. I'm going to tell you the truth. The kid got a lot of fucking potential.
Yeah.
They just put him too quick.
And that's what I told him.
They put him too quick. The kid is fucking 20 years old.
I know.
I guarantee you, once that kid's grappling come up to the level, he's gonna be a force.
Kids,
you know?
he's got offensive wrestling. You see it. You know, he's got good takedowns offensively.
And his karate is insane.
Wait till the fucking kid gets some jiu-jitsu on the ground. He just need a lot more jiu-jitsu. That's all.
I love the fact that everywhere he goes, he feels that he's required to wear full Reebok gear all the time. Have you noticed that, bro? Like he goes on when he went on UFC tonight. Everybody was like swaggered out. Tyrone Woodley and Wonder Boy. Everybody had their kicks and their fresh gear on. He had the Reebok, the Reebok gear that they give us in the bag every time we fight. Like he thinks that he has to.
He actually wore it for Halloween. I'm like, dude, you're allowed to have a costume.
He's a nice kid. He's just, you know, he's just a young kid.
He's young. That's it.
Yeah.
Man. Like you said, he's 20
he's
years
a young
old,
kid, and I think his parent, you know, he's live a life where, you know, almost like you know, sometimes these Olympic athlete or certain people who, like a gymnastics star or something. You know how they kind of live that sheltered life where it's like. They get, you know, the parents drive them to the fucking stuffs, and then they do that, and we're going to take you meals, and we take care, you know what I mean? And they kind of, maybe he haven't been on the street. Well, you know, that, but also a very structure of, you know, it's like they're keeping him away from the bad shit.
Yeah.
But then also when you don't get a chance to mingle with the other fucking, the more grimy parts of life, you don't get a sense of certain other stuff.
His dad seems very involved in everything that he does.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's like his dad is his coach, it kind of overpowers him. They seem like they're kind of wealthy too. Like when you see shots of his home and everything.
Yeah.
And he's making good money. I mean, he started off in UFC at what, like 50 and 50 or something?
He's doing good. The kid's doing good.
He spent it all on apples, by the way.
Yeah.
So Aaron Darrow versus David Rickles. Who's Aaron Darrow?
I have no idea. I know Dave Hickle.
Dave Hickle's a good fighter.
I like that guy.
But I don't know who. You know Aaron Darrow?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
What organization is this?
Aaron Darrow, you know him?
He got lost in my baby Browns. I saw. Look, he just did this.
Don't know.
Okay, AJ McKee is fighting Brandon Phillips.
Now I know AJ McKee, but fucking who's the fella?
Brandon Phillips is 6-2. Another can.
Don't say that about the guys I can. What the fuck? You're gonna hunt into that guy. You're gonna be asking for an autograph of that guy, and he's gonna stab you with the trachea with the pen, like Casino.
I think AJ's super talented, and I don't think they're giving him a step up in competition yet.
I'm gonna give you a step up.
All right, so Brandon Phillips is 6-2.
And why he's holding a mic like he's a
He
stand-up
trains at
comedian?
American Top Team OKC.
Because I did it once.
I didn't even know they even had one in Oklahoma City. American Top Team.
Well, if you give the headquarters some money, they'll stick it on it.
He lost to Bryce Mitchell in World Series of Fighting. He beat Chuka Willis. Lost to Ray Wood.
Okay, this is the fucking fans he's starting to
He
fall
beat
asleep.
Tanya Evinger's brother, Owen Evinger.
Right.
But yeah, he
Okay,
hasn't-
let's move on.
Okay,
He lost to Ray Wood, and AJ just smashed on Ray Wood as a better athlete.
okay. So
I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how good King Mo looked on the Bellator.
is it because he wore your T-shirt?
How did that
He did look very nice.
I swear to God, he didn't. I didn't ask him to do that. I didn't know shit. He had told me.
Knows, though.
He had told. Yeah, I know. Well, that's you know that already. But I had gave him the shirt a while back, and then he said, "Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna wear it to Bellator." And then I said, "Oh, that's nice. He'll be in the stands." I didn't know he was gonna do the whole fucking spiel.
How many women have contacted you about that?
Well, more women had contacted him, to be honest.
Really?
About it after that. But, because this is nothing new for me. But for him, it gave him a taste,
How many girls do you think have you slept with in your life?
For the purpose of the women out there, I don't want to talk about that.
But an average per year.
Listen, I don't know. I don't want to fuck up the future punchings that I'm going to get. So knock it
How
off.
many days are in a year?
Okay?
I mean, mostly fighter, jiu-jitsu girls, or...
Let me tell you something. We're talking about King Mo.
Yeah.
here, okay? It's his time to shine, okay? I've
yeah.
already had mines.
Right.
And now King Mo is trying to get a taste of
Okay.
that, okay? But anyway, he looked great in that shirt.
Yes.
Renato knows, and it was made by Storm Kimono. Maybe going to be on the website over there.
So UFC this weekend, Valentina Shevchenko's taking on Juliana Pena, main event. The winner fights Amanda Nunes. I hope Pena wins this. I like Pena, undefeated in the octagon so far. Super cool, friend of mine. Didn't really come from any kind of traditional background. Like started at like 17 or 18, walking to a gym, and now she's fighting for the title shot, which is
She's
awesome.
a special athlete.
Shevchenko, though, is no joke.
No joke at all.
Beat Holly Holm. I would say was beating Nunes in the third round. Lost the first two, but if it was a 5-round fight, she would have won. I was at that fight. And obviously much better kickboxing and boxing than Pena. But I think Pena's got better grappling and wrestling. Who do you think wins this fight? Alan Jouban.
Interesting fight, man. Yeah, Nunes. Pena is she's been
Pena.
Pena. How do you say her name? Juliana
Pena. Yeah.
Pena.
Yeah.
Not Pena. He still think he's back on
It's
the bayou.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Go
like
ahead.
the story, man.
Yeah.
I think, man, I'm liking the shit talking that she's doing. She's like kind of bringing the shit talking to another level, and kind of just because of that, I hope that she wins because I want to see those two go at it. But I don't think if Pena wins, she's gonna have a good chance against Nunes because I think Pena's ever able to out grapple, out kind of beast every girl, but I don't think she'll do that to Nunes if she gets through Valentina. So,
But if she lasts 2 rounds, it's just getting past the second round.
Yeah.
Like Nunes is known to fade in the third.
yeah,
Well,
and
let
all
her
she's
beat
going to
the
be doing is
first
trying
girl.
to take her down too the entire time.
Yeah, but she got to beat Shevchenko. Renato, who wins this fight?
Is Shevchenko single?
Yes, I believe so. She came on the podcast that she was.
And then this is the hard one to call.
Why? I don't even understand that. All right, go on.
As long as I understand, that's more important.
Yes. You ever have a nose ring?
Yeah, a long time ago. Back in the days, Tupac Shakur. Back when he was a dancer for fucking Digital Underground.
Yes.
Caralho. I'm gonna say a draw.
A draw. Okay. Those are very common.
Well, because whoever wins is gonna want, to
would you rather sleep
celebrate,
with?
and I'm gonna see. That's the problem. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm gonna let the one who's win to sleep with me
Yes.
because they deserve.
Don't you think the one who loses needs you more though?
Yeah, but I don't need a needy ones like that. I don't
Probably
want
too
that one.
crazy in bed. I mean, you got Venezuelan chicks and Russian chicks, both fucking animals in bed.
Caralho.
I think Pena left Sick Jitsu for this fight. She's not with Rick Little, who's a very good trainer.
He did a lot of impressions in the 80s.
That was Richard Little.
Oh, really?
Yes. CB?
Juliana Pena, ground and pound TKO, second round.
I hope so. And Bubba Jenkins.
I think if Pena gets a takedown, she wins.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it goes on the ground, she wins. If it stands up, Shevchenko.
Just from what she's done, who did she just beat? Was it
Kat Zingano.
Kat Zingano, what
Yeah.
she did her on the ground. I mean,
But the other girl fucked up Holly Holm.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
well, I didn't
that's-
fuck her up, but beat her.
because she's a stand-up.
Juliana's very, very aggressive, very determined in her takedown.
Yeah, Holly Holm is a very different fight.
How do you beat a striker?
Wrestling.
Okay.
I wish Pena would show her sex appeal more too.
Yeah, really. I
Yeah,
think
maybe
Because
true.
she's all into the makeup. She likes to
Yeah.
get herself made up, but she wears these like boyfriend
Boyish.
shirts when she fights. She needs.
This
to,
is very true. I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
That should be outlaw. No, I'm saying I don't want to watch that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
If
is not
she was wearing,
college.
like the Ronda Rousey type.
Yeah, this is
athletic sports
what is
bra
this
stuff.
college basketball? I don't want to see fucking t-shirts. Okay,
WNBA.
I want to see if the guy's got a look. I had to dealt with that in the early days of Valetudo, okay,
Yeah.
where I was treated like a piece of meat, and he knows that one because just because I was better look, because I was gorgeous and attract,
Right.
I was forced to wear some stuff's more skimpy and like that, and they didn't took us seriously, and I was the one who was paved the way for guys like that, as
Alan
I've said
Jouban,
before,
yeah.
and the Hawkholds of the world, and it's a shame that now women don't get a taste of what it feels like to be objectified, like I've have.
I feel very bad for you, man.
Yeah.
Now, one of the fights that I'm looking forward to, I can't wait for this fight, Donald Cerrone, Jorge Masvidal, this Saturday night. Man,
Wow.
Masvidal looked on point against Ellenberger.
Masvidal.
But how do you pick against Donald Cerrone, especially at 170?
That one is a pick'em to me. That fight.
I'm picking Cowboy. I think Cowboy's got this.
What do they look? Okay, I've been around Cowboy.
Yeah.
But I never been around in the flesh Masvidal.
Bubba trained with him.
Oh, so size-wise, I don't know how big he really is. You know what I'm saying?
He's big.
Like big, like how? Like he walk around?
He walks around? He probably walks around about 200, 205.
Yeah,
Masvidal?
See, if Masvidal was like smaller than Cowboy, I would.
I think Masvidal's smaller than Cowboy.
Is
I
he?
don't think so.
I don't know in height, not in height. I think Cowboy.
Just weight wise, I don't know. This is a tough one to call because
Masvidal is a good 6 foot.
and Masvidal has fought a lot of. I mean, I don't
Think you
know.
spar with Masvidal?
Not spar, but we played around.
Wrestling?
They both so dangerous.
Did you used to throw him on his ass?
No, he's a good wrestler. For not have wrestled in college and stuff, Masvidal's a
He's
really
hard
good
to
wrestler.
take down.
But he's straight
I don't know
street
how
fighter,
big
too.
either of them get, but they're both able to make 55. So there's not going to shouldn't be a huge weight discrepancy when it comes fight day.
The fact that they're both at 170 for this fight, it's not going to be a cut weight like a serious
I was
cut
just
weight
saying
fight.
that if for some reason Masvidal was smaller than
think-
Cowboy,
me
I might have
personally-
gave the edge to Cowboy.
Me
but
personally, I think that he's if not bigger, he's the same size. I don't think he's smaller than
that
Cowboy.
one is almost impossible to call because they're both dangerous as fuck and smart as fuck in fighting. I don't know about outside in life,
but
but I'm
also-
saying in
but-
fighting,
but
both of them is
Masvidal-
slick and smart and
But Masvidal
Tricky.
has also not shown. I'm not shown up. But he's also had some fights where you thought he was just going to run through people and sort of
Like
made it closer than it had to be.
no,
why?
yeah, he gets caught up sometimes. And
not lately,
Well,
my brother.
okay, he lost split decision to Lorenz Larkin.
He won that fight.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
2016.
how fucking good is
Ben
Lorenz
Ben
Larkin
Henderson,
looking lately?
Vidal and Lorenz.
But he won that fight.
Ben Henderson.
That's debatable.
I thought he beat Al Iaquinta, and they gave it to Al. I mean,
I thought
he
beat, there's somebody else that I thought he beat that they gave. There's 2 fights that I've seen him straight beat the guy up and then get the loss.
Kabalov, Rustam Kabalov, he lost to. I mean, he got submitted by Michael Chiesa. That was 3 years ago, though.
I remember that.
Masvidal got submitted by Michael.
Chiesa.
But
that-
then didn't he
that
come back and
guillotine.
like submit somebody else? He went. Did he have a rematch with?
Oh no! Masvidal submitted Michael
Submitted
Chiesa.
Michael, yeah.
Okay, but here's another.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, and just remember this: Cowboy has also had some bad nights too.
You're absolutely
Okay?
right. Yes.
So it's not like he's. But you know what? Fuck Cowboy. Look, the bottom line: these guys are so fucking exciting to watch. These are the kind of fighters you want to watch.
But Cowboy has won his last 4 fights, stopping Matt Brown, Rick Story, Patrick Cote, and Alex Oliveira.
That's pretty exciting stuff.
His last loss was to Dos Anjos. Before that, he beat McDessie, stopped him, beat Ben Henderson, Miles Jury, Eddie
Okay, do we
Alvarez,
have to
Jim
go
Miller.
through the whole fucking?
I'm just telling you, okay? That's pretty fucking good.
Okay, that's
you know.
nice.
Both guys
Yeah.
are great, man. It's gonna be awesome fight.
Okay, so who you got your fucking money on?
Yeah,
Cowboy.
yeah, Cowboy.
Plus, he came to my comedy show.
Draw.
Let me think for a second.
I'm gonna go with Masvidal on this one because Cowboy's worst enemy is himself. You know, his mind. He always says it, man. Sometimes it gets in his head. Sometimes he thinks too much. He's fighting at home for the first time in quite a while. He thinks he's kind of saying,
the altitude.
It's altitude. He's kind of saying, you know, I can't lose at home, but at the same time, man, there's a lot of pressures that happen when you fight at home that could affect his psychology.
Psychology.
Psychiatric.
Psychiatric
Thank you.
help.
Also, he doesn't do that well, man. I don't think. Remember when Cowboy fought Nate Diaz, and he fought a guy who wasn't going to.
That was his 19th fight that year. I mean, he fought on the way to the cage.
But
he
I'm
had a
saying,
fight.
Cowboy fights better when Cowboy can be the friendly guy and say, "Let's have a beer after," and this and that, and you buy into.
If you get into his head.
If you say "fuck you, Cowboy," I'm not going to be your friend. You slap his hand.
This guy called him
He doesn't
out.
do well against guys like that.
Masvidal is a
Masvidal
thug.
will do that shit.
Well,
guy-
Matt Brown and him
Masvidal's
had
for the
beef, though.
street.
Him and Matt Brown had
Okay,
beef.
check this out. Him and Matt Brown had Kenny pointed this out to me, and we went back and watched it. Matt Brown had beef with him, and Matt Brown was staying tough, and Matt Brown was beating up Cowboy the first 2 rounds, and then going into the 3rd round, Cowboy looked over across the cage and it was like, you know, and Matt Brown gave in. He was like, all right, and they went and they touched gloves, and then Cowboy knocked him out like 30 seconds
Didn't
later.
they hug? Didn't they even hug or
They
something?
might have even hugged and all that. He
Started
gave
making
into
out
it.
and stuff.
He let him play. Cowboy's comfortable when he's comfortable and he's in the pocket and he's playing. If you say, no, like, we're going to have beef, I'm not having any of that shit, slap your hand away, which is a Masvidal type guy,
But that's also very.
he's going to have trouble.
That strategy is it works a lot of times. Like, I like the beef. Like, when I was fighting against Jordan Parsons, I liked the beef. But when I was in the cage, I knew that if I can get him to like anything that I'm doing, whether it's a fist bump, whether it's a hug, I know that now he's almost not at the point where he's so animosity, where he's like throwing with all the fire, where he's like, he's kind of, I let his guard down. And there's things that I would do in the middle of a camp, in the middle of talking trash, in the middle of leading up to the fight, that starts to rock the boat in my favor. Whether it's at weigh-ins, I'm like, hey man, you look good, or whatever it is.
Cowboy does the same thing. He likes
little
that.
secret stuff.
Cowboy likes that.
That's a strategy. So when you know the opposite of that, when you know Cowboy likes to befriend his fighters, then you, as a fighter, as
you have to fight Cowboy and say "fuck you, Cowboy." Remember,
exactly.
Anderson Silva helped Forrest Griffin off the ground after he knocked him down, and knocked him out 10 seconds later.
But
these are the fighters like to be comfortable.
For Cowboy, it does make a difference. But for me, it's like, if I go for the handshake and you do not give me the handshake, it's not like, oh man, well, he's not with it. It's like, I like the beef anyway. I want that like animosity. But if you do give me the handshake, then you just now nodded in my direction.
Yeah, you control the frame now.
So who do you think wins this fight, Bubba? Who do you think wins this fight?
Masvidal.
How?
I think it goes all the rounds. I think it's gonna.
That's
be
a good call.
I think it's gonna be a fun.
Is it 5 or
It'll
3?
be 5. Wait, is it? They're not the main event.
3.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
the main, so
gonna
it's a
be
3.
So that favors maybe Masvidal as well, because
Masvidal decision,
because
I
he's
think,
not in the, because he's not in like having to
But
go
it is
5
in
in the
the
altitude.
altitude.
No, but I'm saying
But he's a
he's not
slow
having,
starter sometimes,
he's not
though.
having to go. Huh?
He's kind of a slow starter, though.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's a slow starter, Masvidal.
You a slow starter.
I am.
You still
I am.
didn't start it yet in the whole fucking podcast.
Really? Even when Ellenberger told me, Ellenberger said he thought he was going to be a slow starter, which is why he got caught so early.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know, Masvidal came out heavy against Ellenberger. Cerrone's a little bit of a slow starter. If he comes out with the beef, he's talking about he's rice Cerrone and all that shit.
Oh, he said that?
He said,
God, that's
so
fighting
like,
words.
If Masvidal
Hi,
comes out
Cerrone.
heavy, he wants this win. He wants to get up the ring. He comes out heavy. Cerrone takes a little bit to start out. First round from Masvidal. I've thought Cerrone this whole time, but now that we're talking about it, thinking about it, everything, I think Masvidal.
Why are you holding the microphone like Bob Barker?
I don't have a stand. I bought a stand for it.
He's
somewhere
holding like
it went
that.
missing.
Look, he's holding.
Right.
Look, he's holding the microphone like that. He's all, let's see the next items we have for beds. Caralho, get your pet spay and neuter. Never mind that. What's the who's gonna win? Yeah, exactly. Masvidal.
Okay, so another fight, which I don't even know why they're making this fight, even though the guy's number 10, I think he's going to murder Andre Arlovsky, is Francis Ngannou.
What's his last name?
He's a beast.
Ngannou.
That
I
guy's
mean,
a beast.
this dude, I don't know.
I would never want to saw that guy in a.
I mean, I think it's just kind of mean what
You know
they're
who
doing.
needs to fight?
Who?
Him and the Black Beast.
Him and the Black Beast.
Yes.
He's fighting Travis Brown. Next.
That black on black crime would be
they
good.
chose that fight,
Oh,
too.
that's the true baby. And by the way, I never do this, but because I like my own Instagram better than anybody else.
Yeah.
But Black Beast,
He's good.
if you follow Black Beast,
He's
you're never
funny.
gonna be lonely.
Absolutely.
Because that motherfucker is funny.
I mean, this dude, Francis Ngannou, he hits so hard, and I like Arlovsky, and this is a case where
I like
there's
Arlovsky,
no
too.
way he's the favorite, right? Even though he's number
He can't be.
7
He
and
can't
Ngannou's
be.
number 10.
I don't know.
I don't know what the odds are, but yeah, I mean, Arlovsky doesn't have the chin. that
It's
he
just the
used to,
chin. That's the
obviously.
one. Like he could do everything.
that's a big problem
No,
when you fight that
no.
guy.
I got it. I'm just saying. It's like skills wise and toughness, everything. He have that, but the fucking chin. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. I don't
Except
think,
maybe wear braces like Frank Shamrock.
I don't know. I just no. I think this is kind of mean putting Arlovsky against him.
Well, nobody fucking told him he have to do it. You know?
Yeah, but I just feel like they're trying to sometimes build up these younger guys.
But then again, you
like
never know.
Yair Rodriguez, BJ Penn. They're sort of giving these like.
That was a.
Ngannou's a heavy favorite.
What's the odds?
Like minus 425
Yeah.
for Ngannou.
well,
Yeah.
He's
What are
got
you gonna do?
submissions too, so if it goes to the ground, he's tough there too.
where he learned that submission?
So that's that fight. Is anyone picking Arlovsky in this fight?
No.
Okay. Alex Cazares is taking on Jason Knight.
Wait, who's he freshman
Bruce
memory?
Leroy?
No, I fucking know who he is. Bruce Leroy. Who's the Jason Knight?
I believe he's the kid from South Carolina, Mississippi. He's a 10th Planet guy, and he pulled off some great submissions.
He's a chance planner.
Yeah.
Wait, why? Maybe I know the kid. Let me look at the face of that. Why you scroll down?
I saw him fight in Mississippi, and he actually pulled off some amazing. He was like the entire. He was an undefeated kid. somewhere, and he was the whole time he
looked familiar.
He was in rubber guard and pulled off a really slick submission.
I feel like I met the kid before. I don't know.
More of a grappler, more of a.
Yeah.
I was gonna go with the soul brother. What do you call him? Bruce Lehoy. But now transplanted.
But he spends a lot of time on the ground. That's the only problem with him. If it goes on the feet, I would see Bruce Leroy all day.
Bruce Leroy is a lot of fun.
But
a
he
lot
could
of fun.
sub him.
Well, you know what? You're gonna get unorthodox, crazy shit from Bruce Leroy on the feet, and then you're gonna get crazy Hubbard guard, conspiracy theory stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, he beat Musa Kamenev, a guy that was like a Russian. I saw him in Titan FC.
Okay,
and this dude was they were touting this dude as like the next big thing.
Okay,
and,
God, why we gotta find out every time you watch Titan FC? or one that was a long time ago or something like that. God,
I don't care. Jason Knight is good. But he's
good. I want him to win now. Okay,
he just beat Dan Hooker. And
Who's that?
And he beat Jim Allers. He lost to KYRIE.
Wait, how did he beat Hooker?
Decision. He lost to KYRIE. So that's him.
Okay.
All right, and also on this card, who else is on this card?
Sam Alvey and Nate Marquardt.
Oh, somebody's getting knocked out there.
It's one-sided.
What?
What do you mean?
Which
I
way?
think Sam Alvey's going to knock Nate Marquardt
You think
out.
that? You think so?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Especially after
he waits. Sometimes
interesting. But I just feel the one thing I would say about this is, unlike some of the opponent that Sam Alvey have had, who is maybe didn't have a good game plan, I feel like Marquardt has been there and done that against every fucking fighter in the world. And if you know that there's one fucking way that Sam Alvey gonna beat you, one fucking way. I don't know. I mean, he always does it anyway. He figure a way to land it, but it's like I just feel like maybe Marquardt. Of course, if he get hit with it, that's nighty-night. But if he can't avoid that,
he waits a lot.
I feel like if he can avoid that one, what is it, right hand or the left?
Well, he's southpaw, I believe, but I don't know if it's his left or.
I can't remember which one
both.
it is. There's one that does the damage more.
His wife is hot.
Yeah, she's okay. She's cute.
You don't look cute? She's a freaking top model finalist.
She's cute. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of models that look ugly to me.
Like who?
They go to the fights with their entire family.
No. By the way, I don't think she's ugly. I think she's cute. I said she's cute.
One ugly model.
I don't know the names of them, the ugly ones. But the ones where they're fucking skinny and tall and they got
You think all the models look good?
No.
when they're skinny and tall and then they look like a fucking a modern art piece, the face. and you know who likes that? Gay guys. They go, oh, she's beautiful. but because they don't want to fuck her. Because she'll make the clothes look good. That's why let me tell you something. The girls who's telling what the girls to wear and what is cool is gay.
You used to be a model, right?
And never mind that. Of course, I was a model. It's the gay guys who is doing the fashion trend. You know when girls is wearing fucking parachute pants with where you can't see the ass, and they're wearing all kind of UGG boot and jeans underneath a dress and shit. Who do you think came up with that? Straight guys? No, fucking gay guys, and tell them you look fabulous, honey. And then nobody want to fuck these girls. And then when you see a girl who's wearing tight pants and their titties is blasting out, then all of a sudden she's tacky. Look, she's tired and sorry and tacky. Not it's throwing shade and all that bullshit. Yeah, fuck all that. That you know what? That makes a man want to have sex with the women, and there's nothing wrong with that. Poha, amen.
You're right. Now, Alan, do you prefer doing print modeling or a runway?
What kind?
Do you prefer runway or print modeling?
Print.
Do you do a lot of runway or no?
I've done it. I've done some in the past, but
so like in Fashion Week, were you walking up and down the runway?
Yeah, I've done it before in the past. I've done a little bit of everything.
Do they say UFC star?
Money's in print.
In the print, yeah.
Well, I mean, in modeling world, money's in print.
Do all the people in the audience know you could beat the shit out of them?
Probably not at the time. I haven't done it in quite a while.
Have any guys like in the movies, like say, gay guys, be like, hey man, if you blow me, I'll make you the biggest star in the world?
No. Mostly they're gonna want to blow him. Those fucking guys. You know, KYRIE, this is bring back some, some sweet memory of when I was first. You know, a lot of people don't know that as I was discovered.
Are we doing this again?
Well, it doesn't matter. You know, we didn't.
So long ago.
Well, You know, a lot of
You discovered Alan?
Well, not in so many words, but you know, back, you know, when I was trained Jim Crater back in, I don't know when it was, 2000 or maybe 99, whatever it was. This young kid was training there, and I saw him at the gym. I wasn't that, you know, I said, okay, it's a tough kid, whatever. But then Jim Crater invited me to a fashion show that they was having in Lafayette, and you know, you ever seen True Detective?
No.
Okay, well, to the people out there, imagine where they had you know how they had a makeshift whole house, it's like with trailers and shit like that, and girls look scraggly and stuff like that. Imagine that, but instead of a whole house, it was like a fashion show. It's in the middle of the you know, in the forest.
Yeah.
And you know, I saw this kid. You know, I wasn't that impressed in the gym, and then I saw this kid was walking the Hunway, have a cross colors overall.
Yep.
No shirt, and I said to myself, you know, I saw a lot of what was in me in the early day. I saw that onto him,
Right?
And I remember how fucking hard.
Are you crying right now?
I'm not crying. I'm just remembering, and I remember how hard it was
for you
to get a start when everybody thought that all I was just some kind of piece of meat or some gorgeous guy or a member of the barge or something like that.
Right.
And how hard it was to climb out of the shadow of being a chop model. Yeah, they wanted to bring you down. All fine guys want to bring me down. And then I saw him and I said, look, you're going to be a star. You're going to be, how many times I said, you're going to be the UFC one day. Don't let that guy to tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care how much catalogs.
So now how come Alan doesn't thank you after his fights?
Well, how many time we heard that story? You all seen Hockey 5, no?
Yeah, with Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, so every time, sometimes you bring a Tommy Gunn out there, and then George Washington Duke came over there with the slick talking.
You shouldn't have brought that back.
Hold on, sometimes you gotta bring the stuff to light,
right.
and sometimes you bring a guy all the way, and then the other guys come and they
offer you your props, man.
Have you ever thanked him in the
probably
cage?
Never in the cage.
Taught me how to do the runway walk.
Probably never. Yeah.
How come Alan? How come you haven't ever thanked Alan in the cage? So for real,
that's curious. It took a King Mo. It took a King Mo Lawal to give me my props.
Wow.
But anyway, I'm harbor no.
I follow you on Instagram, man.
Wow. Oh, wow. I follow you on Instagram.
Well, you know what?
Big shot.
You know what? You can lead.
Why he's so bitter about
you
it.
can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him to think.
Yeah.
Well, also to drown that one. But sometimes the horse is gonna drown himself.
Okay.
But let me I'm not bitter. I've moved on. But I'm still, every time, like when he was, hockey was, see that? Him fighting on there. I'm still in my place, look at his fights, and I'm still proud of that guy.
You're in the basement by yourself.
Well, no, don't get it twisted.
Okay.
I'm in my condo, and I'm drinking Alizé.
Okay.
And I'm probably watching with maybe one or two white women. But furthermore, I always remember those days, home team. You remember home team?
I remember that Rocky 5.
You remember it was supposed to be me and you home team.
Yeah.
And he said that same stuff to his son.
So did you tell
remember his retarded son? No, but his son was upset because he was supposed to be home team. He remember that?
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
he said, you're supposed to be home team. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You're a home team,
Right.
I don't know. Tell me you got you guys some good,
Yeah. I remember that. All right, so Aljamain Sterling is taking on Rafael Asunciao. Good fight, Aljamain Sterling.
It's not Asunciao, it's
Asunciao. So who do you think wins this fight, Bubba Jenkins?
Asunciao who?
Rafael Asunciao versus Aljamain Sterling. Rafael Sterling.
This is fucked up because I'm a big fan. I like
Sterling and
I like Aljamain so much. I like the kid. I like sense of humor. He have the best style in the UFC, bar none. The fucking kid looked like big Jetty Kane. Okay.
Yes,
I fucking can't tell you enough how much the young people need to emulate that and listen to that kind of music and stuff like that. But that's another fucking story.
Yeah.
And then I also like the way the kid fight. that's why I'm a little worried about this because I also know how fucking Rafael Sansao, even though he don't look like Big Jetty Kane, or even, DJ Polo or Mr. C or whoever, he can know how to fucking fight. Okay.
Yeah, and
so, I guess to tip the scales into the favor is going to be Rafael, but who is my heart is go with the black guy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. As Mo was saying, on his shirt, Renato knows.
Yeah. So you think Aljamain?
Because Renato said it, that's what we got to go with.
Alan?
Well,
Wait.
what did I said though?
No,
I said
his heart's with the black guy.
Oh, your heart's with the black guy.
But he's
right.
picking half.
Well, shit. I mean, I'm just saying, if you make, I hate that. I don't want to pick against a friend.
Aljamain? I mean, Alan? Who do you think wins?
Man, it's a tough one. They're both. Sensao, man, Rafael is he's a beast, man. I saw the fight that he had with Pedro Munoz, one of my teammates.
Oh shit!
And he brings it, man. He's a tough guy, man.
Yeah,
He's
and
good
Munoz is a
wrestling,
fucking animal.
Yeah, both of them are. But he's a tough guy, man.
Ah.
It's hard for Aljamain.
I don't know, man. Sunsao was like the touted #1 contender that didn't fight for so long, and then he fought TJ in his comeback. And you see the way that Aljamain
What ended up happening?
TJ won.
TJ won it.
Well, it would have to be.
But then Aljamain, Caraway, after all that went down, Caraway beat him.
I think that was a wake-up call for Aljamain.
I hope so. I want to pick Aljo.
He didn't really get beat up.
I think that was also a case of just like all of us was like, he's gonna kill what the fuck
Brian
his name
Caraway.
is. So I think, Caraway is one of that guys that everybody take lightly. I'm not saying I'm some fan or whatever. I'm just saying he's a guy that a lot of people take lightly, and then boom, they fall victim.
He's also one of those guys that's his own worst enemy. I mean,
I don't want to
Brian
get too far off
Caraway
that.
Mentally can, I think, almost beat anybody. I think he beat anybody, but mentally sometimes he breaks in fights where he shouldn't, and he doesn't.
But I would have put my money on Aljamain, and I think Aljamain would have put money on himself too.
Yeah,
and I think he just was feeling, or as the black guys these days even more say, smelling themselves.
Well, he had a bad cut for that fight.
He was smelling himself too much. Huh?
Did they say smelling yourselves?
Yeah. You're feeling yourself.
So he's saying, so you
But the next level, you know how the kids like to freshen up the shit?
Yeah,
they say,
like cheese and cheddar.
Yeah.
Well,
And then,
Now people say I'm going 100. Now you got to be going 1,000.
See, there you go. And you know how, and then you have old black man like my friend Hassan Orange. His father, there's a black guy, and he's so old. Instead of saying, he don't even say dynamite like the 70s black guy. He go even further from the 60s or 50s or whatever, and he said that's the dynamite bomb.
Oh,
okay. and I swear to God, but that's old, and then that's how we get shit like it's dynamite or that it's the bomb. You know what I'm saying? But the old guy, they always doing that. And let me, I'm gonna tell you a fact that that's gonna blow your mind.
What's that?
I'm gonna tell you something that you took for granted about slang. Okay.
Yep.
You know how all our life we said, "Hey man, don't do this, man." You realize that at one time that wasn't said. Okay. You know where that came from?
What?
Negro jazz musician in the old day, colored jazz musician.
Yep.
Okay, in the very old days, they was always being called boy by people.
Man.
Boy, you fucking boy. Then amongst each other, they will say, "Hey, man, how you doing, man?" And it was a way of like, you know how like the Wu-Tang guys call each other God and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It was the same kind of shit. To be like, "Hey, man, how you doing, man?" Giving the respect. And then, of course, who's the coolest guys? The black guy's always cool.
Always,
Everybody want to
always.
pretend to be just like... In the old days, people said dope.
The history.
Only guys from the fucking hood used to say dope back in the 80s and shit. Now, any white girl says dope. You know, it always come into the fold.
I like I'm smelling myself.
Well, that's what you got from that whole story.
Black people say that. I like that.
Fucking guy.
I like it because then the black people, especially because it probably smells like cocoa butter.
Oh, you know
anyway,
what? You
so
fucking you dirty hat.
Baby lotion, Johnson & Johnson, whatever.
You filthy.
Listen, so that is our podcast today.
We didn't discuss how you are a grapher now.
Oh, no, I have to go to wrestling practice. I have to coach kids.
Adam's a grapher now for everybody listening.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
All right, so Alan, what do you got coming up?
Waiting on the phone call, man. The UFC's kind of behind right now. Now that Joe Silva, the matchmaker, is no longer there. Waiting on a fight. Hopefully fighting on the March 4th or 5th. The card that Tony Ferguson's on. Trying to get on that card in Vegas.
Wow, in Vegas.
UFC 209.
Me and Tony going to be doing a little work, kind of training together too. So it'd be nice to fight on the same card.
Bubba, what do you got coming up?
Just hanging out with my girl.
Oh, look at that one.
And
That's
how's
a very cute little baby girl.
Just hanging out with my chick.
I like it.
And my
Hanato?
boy.
Well, unlike him, unlike Bubba, I'm doing the very exact opposite, where I'm trying to spend as less time with the light-skinned babies as I can.
Okay.
But, as always, I want you to find any announcements. You're going to find the announcement. He always trying to get me to, so he could get more hits. He want me to put the announcements on the MMA host. I'm going to do my announcements on my own shit.
Where can people get
on
that
my own
Renato
channel.
Knows shirt?
Never mind that.
Really?
It's a secret. It's only for fucking people who's matter in this spot.
Okay.
And then some people that I decide I'm going to sell to.
I was gonna say because I have one.
Yeah.
All right,
But
so
you,
is there
you
anything,
piece of shit.
Is there anything that people can buy?
Wait, hold on. Well, listen, okay? Never mind that. What the people can do is can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Renato _Laranja, and you're gonna find out the stuffs when I tell you. You're gonna find out that it's like a flash sale, or it's gonna be like I'm gonna tell you where the fucking food truck where you're gonna get some Asian fusion or whatever the fuck you're gonna get there. I'm calling the shots, okay?
Sure.
Okay, and remember this: if you want to hear the shit when it's fresh out the oven, turn on your fucking notifications on there. Your post notification. It's up on the right hand side corner of the Instagram.
Okay.
It's the 3 dots, and then you come down and say turn on post notification. Okay, you guys is sleeping on this shit.
All right. Tonight I'm at Flappers in Burbank.
You fucking Christ.
Tomorrow night I'm at the Long Beach Laugh Factory.
You didn't ask this fucking guy what he's doing.
CB, what do you got, CB?
Nothing.
So
Hustling and working.
Thursday night I'm at the Long Beach Laugh Factory, as well as Sunday night. Dime Bar every Monday and Tuesday. Next Thursday, I'm in Arroyo Grande at the Fagora Mountain Brewing Company. Next Friday, I'm in Bakersfield at Elements Venue. Friday the 10th, I'm in Mesquite, Nevada at the Casablanca Casino.
Do you owe money to people? How many fucking time? How much fucking you gonna do?
Wednesday, March 1st, I'm at Vegas. It's a Stratosphere. I'm doing comedy. Dean Thomas and Mike Pyle are on the show. They're doing stand-up comedy.
Oh, God. Wow.
Wednesday, March 1st. Hit me up if you want free tickets. See me, Mike Pyle's making the stand-up debut, as well as Dean Thomas. I'm also at the South Point Casino on Friday the 24th before that. And then if you want tickets to the MMA Awards, hit me up. That's Thursday the 2nd, MMA Awards. Following... I'm in the Calgary at the Comedy Cave. Anyway, that's Tuesday. Monday is March 13th to Sunday, March 19th. Listen, thank you very much. Thank you for our sponsors, American Icon Autographs, AIC. American, what is it?
AIASE.com.
What is it?
AIASE.com.
Yes.
No wonder you don't have no fucking sponsors.
American Icon Autographs. So yes.
Tip a fighter.
And tip a fighter. If you like our show, you can tip us. Tip a fighter.
Yeah, tip you on Renatch if you like this fucking show.
Yes, exactly. So thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you guys have a great week.
Thank me for showing up, Joe.
Thank you.
And Cara and Chara.